What is up, everybody? It's Tuesday night, so we're gonna do it again. We're gonna dive into some more Skeleton Crew and see what happens. I don't know what is going on over here. Okay, that's just not gonna happen. So, so the guys are here. We're just gonna jump into it because apparently my computer is acting crazy. So we're just gonna go. What's up, guys? What'd you think?
Jude Law lied to me.
Jude Law lied?
Did you Jude Law hurt your feelings?
Yeah, I either misremembered or dreamt it, but I swear I saw an interview where he said that this was his favorite episode because there's a reveal about his character.
But there was a reveal
saw
about
a
his
videotape.
character. I mean,
What?
it's not a back
He
to
has no
flashback,
character.
That
but
he's an
it's
asshole and he hates children.
yeah, I mean, there was some ruthlessness. I mean, he's not as nice as he, was trying to be. I mean, there were some reveals about him.
mean,
I
okay,
think
I'll
this,
we'll
wait.
get to it too, but
I'll
the
wait.
end,
I'll wait.
he might be way worse than we thought he was.
I think
Yes.
that
We
it
can
was
get
his
into it.
favorite episode because he got to do something he doesn't usually get to do, and that's be the bad guy. I think that's more of what it is because especially
Maybe.
when you watch all the movies he's done and you watch the way he is in public, and it's like, oh, he's this nice, kind, all the characters. What the shit is going on here? The characters he
There goes
plays.
the monetization.
Yeah, right.
Couldn't wait
whatever.
8
No,
more minutes.
The whole 16 cents that I'm gonna get for this stream. Yeah, cool story, bro. Yeah, I mean, let's look at it here, and I mean, he is just, it's doesn't surprise me. Did it lock?
No,
Oh,
you're
you
good, man.
froze.
And
It locked on my
Well,
screen. That's why I'm
your,
asking.
your
frozen
camera is
mine.
now, but the rest of the time's been good. He's trying to get it to unfreeze his camera.
Just do like sheep.
Where do we want to start? Where are we starting?
I'm putting all of you shame. Look at this focus.
All right,
There he
we'll
is.
just do it like this for a second.
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
It'll be
Hey.
back in a second.
Why is your profile pic not Neil at this point?
Chatter's filtering in here.
Right. Yeah, everybody's starting to filter in. So look, we basically get to this point where, we end the last episode where, we don't know who's going to get there first, right? Are the kids getting there first? Or the pirates getting there first? Is everybody getting at Addin? Yeah, crazy episode, man. I mean, really loved it. Looking forward to next week's. Yeah, the finale is set up for some good stuff. So we're just gonna jump in. We'll get Shivi in here whenever he shows up. I gotta switch sides because I can't look at it like that. There we go.
Sheep-a-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee.
Yeah. So we let's get into it. So recap. Don't care about your recap.
Mhm.
Don't care about your intro. All right.
Oh, I actually love how this starts. The
This
parents getting after it. Hell yeah.
This episode
Hell yeah.
starts back on Addin.
Mm-hmm.
And we
Gotta say
get-
this is the worst tease because I thought it was gonna be like him like in a Jedi camp or something. I guess
yeah,
it is.
see,
Bro, this was like the
So
Avengers. This was like the Avengers keeping the Infinity Gauntlet away from Thanos in that one scene, passing it off as they all get taken out. This is
Right.
beautiful. Cinematic.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, we zoom in, we see the parents, and we see that they are running around secretive in the woods. Now, it does give you that Ahsoka Mando moment vibe, right, with the tree line and the dark skyline. So we didn't really know where we were gonna show up. Again, everybody was expecting a flashback.
See, I also got ET vibes right here too.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, especially, when we get into the gist of what happens here. So the parents have decided to go rogue, and they're making themselves a little comms device. Everybody's got a piece because apparently on Addin you have to smuggle technology around like they're drugs. So, so everybody's got a piece so nobody gets caught, and they start putting together their little device. And let's see where they get, but where I want to see the device because it looks like the mom right here. The moms are putting it together,
Mhm.
right? And so it's pretty funny that, it seems like there's a whole level of mistrust at this point, right? Like the parents are like, all right, something's up. Nobody's talking to us. Nobody's telling us what's up. So we're just going to go straight rogue and we're just going to go ahead and put it out there. So they put a communication device. All of us now, meanwhile, are the rest of you thinking what I was thinking this whole time? Like, oh shit, they're just going to announce their presence to the whole effing galaxy, right?
Bro,
Tell me I'm
Yeah,
not the only one
exactly.
that was like cringing during this whole scene right here. Like,
no.
what are you people doing? You're
And
gonna
then it's
lead-
like, we're going to risk everyone's lives here and our eternal safety
for
to
these
send them a
four
message
idiots.
where we just say, I love you, and don't really tell them exactly how to get home anyway.
Right. Right. Now, there are some big surprises coming up in this episode also. I don't know if you guys caught it. I catch a lot of little details in my first watches, and then I go through and I find other little details as I go on. So there were some interesting things going on in this beginning part of the episode. So there it is. There's a device. So everybody's got a different part. You know, I think Neil's mom brings the antenna. The two Wham's dad brings a chip, and the mom brings some. Fern's mom brings something else, and so they get this little gadget together, and then boom, she said the thing.
Mm-hmm.
When, Neil's mom said the thing.
She didn't
You know.
complete the thing.
What's that?
She didn't say the entire thing, right? She got stunned or she
No. She said the entire thing.
Fine?
Yeah. Here, I'll even put on the captions so that we can see. Because I
thought
usually
she
put on
said
the
I got a
captions.
bad and then like stopped.
No. She goes
That's
into it,
interesting.
right? And then that's all we're doing. And then what are we doing? 216 to
Oh, right there it was.
right, and then the
Mhm.
rustling starts. Come on, work with me here. They have like their 10 seconds is like too far. Every time it's like it
Her
won't let you
face right
do
there.
it won't let
Yeah.
you do like a second. It's like always
Huh. Anyway, it's I believe
there. It
you.
is. You hear that? No. I'm gonna show it. Probably tree sucker. So did they have like? Is that like an animal?
Gotta be.
A tree sucker?
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not a vacuum.
I was thinking maybe it was like loggers, like like taking the tree for wood and stuff, but for the furnace apparently. So we move along, and then Neil's mom, which I think it's funny that it's all the moms and one dad. The only kid that
Right.
doesn't have a mom is there, right?
Yep.
But the rest of them are all moms. Like the dads are like, we're not gonna go and they're not. Did they even get the dads involved? Okay, here she goes. She's gonna say the thing.
Look at Sheath in the chat. Look at this guy.
See, that should be your new. There you go. That's just for you.
What's she hit the hand?
Making some
I could do
tacos.
lots of stuff with that.
That's what I'm saying. That's just for you. Just for you to be able to clip that. I'm leaving it up for a few seconds. And then I have a bad. Oh, you're right. She didn't say it. You're right. I have a bad. She almost said the thing. And then we see our droid friends come out, and then I like how Neil's mom is the first to be like, "I'm the slowest motherfucker here. I'm the
Punches it
slowest.
instantly shocked.
I'm literally
Yeah.
the slowest being here." And she's like, "I'm gonna do it, bro. I'm gonna grab it and take off." And then she come on.
Swatted immediately.
And then immediately she gets got right.
Folded like a lawn chair.
Like yeah, it's just great.
You'll be okay. Doesn't slow it down.
Right,
Man. It also like all Disney stuff now brings me back to the Willow scene of her running with the baby through the woods, getting chased by the wolves. How is it that the droids were like there on them, and it was like as soon as the communication thing was completed? all
Okay,
the
look,
lights came
you're
on.
playing a lot of GTA right now.
Yeah.
What we call this in the criminal community, this is called entrapment.
Yeah.
And see
Just
what's
follow 'em
happening
out
here
there.
is they're letting them put the whole device together, and then it's like get them right. So
You
this
got to
is
get
like
at
a
least
raid,
3 stars before they come at you. That
right?
quick.
Yeah, this is like a
Yeah.
raid. This is a full on like organized raid, and they're like, okay, hold on, no, hold your positions. Let them put the antenna on and push the
Do
on
you
button.
think
and then
they've
we
been
got
onto
'em.
them since
Yeah,
Dad was snooping around?
Dude,
Yeah.
they've been onto them since the kids went missing. If you
Yeah.
don't think that there were cameras on them since the kids took off
True.
out of the barrier, again, but again, Jod keeps kind of insinuating the same thing. It's like you guys are morons. Like everything you guys you don't think like their safety net makes them like children, the whole population like children, not just the children, right? But the whole planet is like a big group of kids, right? Because they think like kids. Like, oh, they're not going to follow us. There's 5 of you.
Can we just interject things that the parents said in the message while we're going through? Or I don't want to jump too far ahead, but it kind of pertains to like how he was like, we were gonna tell you when you graduate.
Yeah. Right. So
Actually, like,
look, there you
a
go.
lot
Oh,
of
that's a
revelations
great
in
place
this
to
episode.
stop too.
Yeah.
I should screenshot that shit. That's a great place to stop. Just look how glowy she is. You know what? I can make a meme out of that. Hold on. I gotta snatch that up. Hold on. I gotta snatch that one up. Hold on. We're gonna full screen this bitch. And then
Man.
come on, work with me full screen. There we go. Full screen. There we go. And then we're gonna snap this thing because this looks too good.
I prefer when we take 5 minutes to prove me right about a quote.
I'm always gonna give you that. All right, there we go. Boom. Snapshotted. Did we get it? I got another
I
great
did watch
Neil.
The Watchmen.
I got another great Neil for you too. As soon as
I'm
you're
sure they
Bro,
always
the
have.
the hologram of just the parents talking.
done. Okay, so I need. Hold on 1 second. I need. Hold on 1 second. I gotta.
Yeah, so hell of a Tuesday.
All right, I had to get rid of myself so I could screenshot it. Okay. So we get to this.
You're driving this bus, bro.
Hey,
Go wherever
this
you
bus-
want to go.
This bus is a mess. Okay, so only reason I want to screenshot that is I'm going to make some clickbait out of that. That's what's happening right there. I'm going to make some bait out of that. Are the elephants mega Jedi? Look at that. Like, come on, that's what I'm doing here. See, the elephants are the reason that everything's safe. Okay.
Oh my god.
I mean, come on, we're going to clickbait the shit out of that. Okay, so then they grab this thing and play a giant game of hot potato with the droids. Here, I'm going to take it next. Then this lady was real slow. Where is she? Where'd you go, lady? This lady was like real slow. I almost feel bad for watching this lady run right here because as soon as she gets got, she like grabs it. Right, that's a great face too. Like, oh, son. Right, and then she's running. And it's like, she's
Immediately.
she's like the slowest person.
3
there.
steps.
That's awesome. So they play this giant game of hot potato as everybody gets stunned, and then eventually they get them all, of course. But not before the beacon goes into space.
This is like us in Fortnite squads.
Right. Exactly. Right. Trying to get the reboot down. Get to the reboot van. Everybody one by one. So then we see it go into space. We see it go through the barrier, and then we're into the intro. Huzzah. So, oh, you're just not gonna. Okay, and then
This part was cool with the little
this
like
part.
whatever that thing was. I
It
liked
looked
that.
like just like a toy.
Yeah.
I don't know how they have a toy on here, but like a
Yeah.
random. But
Well, it reminded me of the practice droids too that would shoot out the little blasters. Maybe it's a different type of one of those.
see, I thought the ship looked really cool.
The ship's awesome.
The ship looks really cool going through hyperspace. And then, yeah, they have this like, it kind of looks like, like you were saying, just more like rubber.
And it's like when you were a little kid and you're just running around the house hitting a balloon. They're just hitting
Right.
a balloon around the house, bro.
Yeah. And then they go in, of course, KG's driving, right? Because she's in tune with all the instruments. It seemed like she had a data port that goes to her optics, right? when she plugged
Maybe.
into the
Oh yeah, she does have something she can plug in.
she's
Like
got like an optic port or like a
almost like what R2D2 has.
right, almost like
Yeah.
a droid port, right? So
Mhm. Yo,
she's
Wim is pissed, by the way.
oh, he's so
He does
sour
not want to go home, bro. Like he hates it there.
because he knows the adventure's over,
Mhm.
right?
He knows
He's
it's
like,
all bullshit. That's
yeah,
why
he's like, man,
no, I hate this.
yeah, he's like, I do not want to go back to military school. I do not want to go back
Yeah,
to military
exactly.
school, bro. I'm not.
I don't want to
this-
work in finance.
This is gonna be some bullshit, right? You know, Fern tries to cheer him up. They have another one-on-one. And then she's still acting like nothing's gonna happen. Like, oh, we'll park the ship in the forest and we'll hide it and we'll put a tarp over it, and we'll hike back and it'll be like, oh, we weren't on the planet
Yeah.
the whole time when they saw them leave the fucking planet on the on the ship. Like they saw Wim like as they're taking off, right? So yeah, it just seems like no matter what this adventure they've been on, the only one that's really seen it kind of for what it is our little dude here, right? Like everybody else is kind of like, oh, I'm looking forward to going home, and oh, it's gonna be
It's
great.
like, I gotta take this goddamn test.
They all got
I gotta
like
do
these
this
loving
homework.
mothers. And he's just got a deadbeat dad. Like,
Right.
Why would he?
Well,
wanna go
he's
home?
not deadbeat. He hands him like 14 credits on his way out. Here's some lunch money.
Yeah.
I mean,
Here's
you
some
know,
lunch
there's a
money. Let me
history
go
there.
Buy some more lottery tickets.
Well,
Yeah.
and we see that at the end. There's more history there. So, dude's worried about taking his assessments. Everybody's ready to go home except for him. And then, he's like, I wish I didn't push the button and take us off and bobbity bop.
Look at that dark side glare right there. Woo.
I know, right? He's just like, he's just sour.
Steaming.
He's just sour. I was really, to be honest, I'm still hoping for this, like, this Jedi moment for him.
Mm.
I'm secretly holding this eternal flame for like a little force sensitivity in our little guy there.
I mean, he'd be the dumbest Jedi ever, though.
He would be the worst Jedi ever.
Hmm.
His instincts are
Worst
if
sense of
he has
being.
the force is working against him. He has the worst judgment of anybody, right? And he even says it. He's like, why am I always wrong? Because you suck.
About who's the good guy, Yeah,
Right?
that
Why
line
am I
is
always
great.
wrong? So yeah, as much as I'm holding that eternal flame, he has apparently the force is fucking with him.
Somebody's got to make Sabine look good. Okay. I'm all for it.
There you go. There's your dark side look.
Yes.
So they come out of then our pirates come out of hyperspace, and we see what are we calling this? The barrier
Mhm.
that looks like
This
a
is
nebula.
so cool. It's like they created a maelstrom somehow with those floating things and the
Well,
lightning.
yeah, so they created the electrical storm, and
Mhm.
apparently, I mean, I don't know how they created the gas around it, right? Because like
I mean, it's not that hard to create some gas. I'm just saying.
to keep it in a cylindrical tube,
Yeah, to keep it that tight to
you can
that
release all the
area.
gas you want, but does it stay in this ball form though? No, it's just
It's
like
a shell.
Right.
Like it's thick too. It's like a yolk.
right, yeah. So it's kind of confusing, but I guess when
Just
you're
go with me. Just go with me.
when you
What?
I mean, you think about it. It's like a cell, and the planet is the nucleus. It has like a literal shell around it. And is it because of how thick that gas is that communication can't get out? And that's why they can't see a planet, because as soon as they fly through it,
right.
like
Chief,
they
you're
can't
one to
even talk to
Go
them.
eat your tacos, bro.
So
Hey.
yeah, whoever created that or invented it or like how they sustain it, it's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if I can get that. There you go. There's a great shot. So it's kind of got like a sun feeling to it, right? As far as like these little flares here, and
Mhm.
then the way that it's, the formation in it, it looks like a nebula. It looks like a sun.
I mean, I kind of thought it looked like Krypton. Perfect opportunity for some crossover.
Yep.
Son of Krypton is here.
You asked for it, right?
Well, it looks like a sun too.
Good job.
You asked for me to be put Neil up, so I put Neil up.
You gotta get brighter though. Like the one I'm looking at right now is him like standing in front of school with his backpack. It's so
Okay.
like chipper.
Hey, what's up, Steve-O? How you doing? Good to see you. Glad you're here.
So
Let's see.
It looks like the sun is what it reminds me of, and they said it's a gas giant too. Is what it's supposed to be looking like to the pirates.
Right.
So it's
right.
clever, whoever came up with it. But you can see like the little solar flares even in this picture down. At the
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah, that's what I mean. It seems unapproachable, like it's
Right.
not a planet, right? It
Mhm.
seems like it's almost like it is a sun
This
or
is
like a
gonna be your
dying
new one.
dying
Yeah.
star. Yes,
That needs to be your profile pic.
I'm all about it. I will put that one up from now on.
Uh,
So, what I think is interesting also is that the pirates have this cool like aircraft carrier going on, which I thought is super cool. I'm like, oh man, that's crazy.
I feel like it looks like just like a joystick upside down.
Like an upside down Atari.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So we see the pirates get there first, which I find to be interesting because it seemed they all took off at the same time, but whatever. Older technology.
oh, you know what? It reminds me of a sequel ship too, and I had to look it up to confirm it.
Which one?
It reminds me of the bombers from the beginning of the
Actually,
bombing run.
Which ones?
The bombing run on the dreadnought.
Oh, yeah.
They're shaped similar to those.
Yeah. Good call.
Also,
So we get in this.
all roads lead to the sequels. Sorry.
I
Sorry.
like it. I'm there. I'm in it.
read
So
it.
they talk about this nebula, right? So it doesn't look like a treasure planet. I don't know what a treasure planet is supposed to look like.
Shiny.
Like, is the whole planet supposed to be made of gold? Okay, well,
He's a
Steve,
dog, man. He's got that dog in him.
Steve, you got it. That will
that.
be happening immediately after the stream. The new member emoji will be Neil.
Dude,
So
I still
you
have
will-
that whole window up on my right monitor.
That will be the
He's just
new
staring at me with
Neil
those eyes.
emoji from now on. Congratulations, Steve. You named it. That is also a member perk, just so you guys know. So that's going to be Neil's. Neil's going to be Steve's new member perk. So doesn't look like a lost planet to me. Looks like any ship that goes in there will get destroyed, which is absolutely true, right? So they're going to stuff his ass in the airlock like usual, because apparently that's all that our Captain Dog here wants to do is just throw people out the airlock. Every time he's in an argument, he's like, "Throw him out of the airlock." So
Yep, that's
you
the
know,
play. Walk
not
the
a
plank, bro.
not a good captain. Not a good captain. So Jord goes into his BS. They have this argument, and then he tells Smee the real treasure planet be hidden inside an endless storm. So that's exactly what the planet looks like. And Jod is trying to tell them, look, hey, homie, see, gas planet, put that in there. We're done skis, right?
This
Looks
dude's
so
just
happy.
in his bag acting this whole series, man.
What's that?
Jude Law is just killing it. Like,
It looks like he's having
Yeah.
a good time too.
the thing is too, like he's killing it, but he's not overshadowing anybody. He's just playing his role like perfectly.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, and he's not overacting or anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Jod says, give me a fighter. I'll go check it out myself. If I die, I die. No biggie. Then, he tells him, I'm not letting you go anywhere. He bets his life on it. Brutus tells him, hey, I'll take that bet, but I'll send one of my guys in there. Bibbity bobbity boo. Apparently our
Not the
squid
glowworm guy.
Yeah.
When this
glowworm.
dude sat in the cockpit, my
Glowy.
wife just started laughing hysterically. She's like,
Nice.
I'm like, what does that helmet protect exactly?
oh man.
So everybody's watching TV, low visibility. getting some chop, and then he's dead. Then they're going to shove Jod out of the airlock. Airlock him. That's going to be a new shirt. Airlock him.
This dude with a button
Star
too.
Wars slang this episode. Though.
Well, yeah, this dude with the button was like,
He
I
was
don't
like
want to do
so
it.
desperate for the gold.
I don't want
He
to
was
do
like,
it.
I don't know if I should.
I don't want to do it. And then the kids come out of hyperspace.
Mm-hmm.
And then we hear our good friend Vane say, look at those thermal vents. Ooh, bub. Look at that ship's thermal vents, bro. And then I want to hear, they don't make them like that anymore. So we get here. And I thought that they showed us a moment when they first flew in. I thought they came out of hyperspace. Okay, it'll come. So then Jod says the ship's the key. And then we get to these. Where the hell is that shot? Might have been in the beginning. There's a shot of the ship. Did you guys notice the ship before they told us what it was?
No. A what now?
Watch. So right here is the symbol of the Republic. Or not that one. There's like a symbol on the side of the ship.
Really?
That's the old, yeah. Before they introduce it to us, you can see it. Before he says it, because he tells Smee to say it. And there's a moment when you see the emblem on their ship. That's what I was trying to get to. Oh, there it is. Here it is. Here it comes. Oh, it's when the tractor beam gets engaged. So the kids get tractor beam engaged. And they talk about the barrier, like this is what the barrier looks like from the outside. And the barrier, I thought the barrier was like atmospheric, right? I thought the barrier was in the atmosphere.
Same.
Yeah.
And then we find out different later. So they start to drag him in. Here it is, right here, look. I'm going to back it up right here. But right here, if you look at it, what is that? 10:08, 58. 10:03. Boom. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
How the hell did you catch that?
Right there. Wait. No, back up a few seconds. I don't know, dude. My brain just catches things like that out of nowhere. There's a moment when it's like super shiny.
There better be. I'm
Right
not
there.
convinced.
Right there. On the. Right there.
Maybe.
Right there.
I mean, not gonna lie, I don't even know a symbol.
Yeah.
I'm not that deep in Old Republic.
there.
But
That's the one that was on the coins. Is what I was saying. That's the same symbol on the credits.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yes. I see.
So when I first saw that, I was downstairs watching it on the big screen, and that rolls by. I had to grab the remote and stop and pause it and go back. And I was like, holy shit, that's the same symbol on the credits. So right here, I knew that was one of their ships. So right here, I was like, oh shit, that's one of the Republic ships that comes in and at Atten's ship, right? As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh shit, that's one of their ships, right? And then we find out later that it is.
yeah, that revelation, that's like blew my mind. Like what? This dude was just going to AT-AT and picking up gold whenever he wanted to.
Yeah,
Like,
that's exactly what he
that's
was doing.
crazy.
And I don't think he was doing it for like a minute. Or I don't think he like crashed there the first time. I think he might have maybe not, because it seems like they didn't get there.
So this supervisor then is actually convinced that this is a Republic emissary because it's the same ship.
The
the
droids
droid
do.
is.
The droids do. Yeah, I don't think there's
But
a supervisor there anymore.
Supervisor
anymore.
So the announcement voice is droids.
You're on board. You're on
The
board with the
announcement
theory.
voice was a
I don't-
recording
I'm
that
not
was
on-
done.
No,
I'm not on
Obsession
board
is-
with the theory.
You think there's
I
a
don't want
person
it
there?
to be. I don't want it to be droids, but yeah,
Think about when they play the supervisor speaking. It's a recording,
yeah.
like
Because
old
you
ass
see the
recording.
boom pop up
Mhm.
in the middle. It's not like there was a face there.
Just
Yo.
everything on this planet is automated. They're
Yeah.
even like they're giving you clues too.
So
They're telling the droids you don't listen to us.
So do the droids know then he's not an emissary?
No,
No
they
idea.
think because he's on that ship that he is the emissary. That's why
So
they're
they're
taking
gonna
him.
let him go. You think?
Yeah, hell
Of
yeah.
course.
Right? So we're getting ahead of ourselves. So
Okay.
anyway, they pull him in. I noticed the symbol, bibbity bobbity boo. We couldn't see the symbol before because the external armament, and I think he did that. I think those modifications were done to that ship by Captain Renard. Right? So he stole this ship and then disguised it. And I think
yeah.
that's why it didn't make it through the barrier. Right?
Well, the thing is, too,
no, he
though,
did because he crashed it. It never came off autopilot.
There was
where
mutiny,
else does he
I
get
think.
this shit but like from AT-AT?
No, I think
Actually,
he
no,
stole
he
it
got
in
a kid.
transit. I
Yeah.
think he saw it coming off the planet, found out where AT-AT was, and then waited. Or is that ship universal to all 9 planets? And he took that one from
Right.
Ad Akron,
Maybe.
right? I
Either
don't.
way, he had to take this like a long ass time ago. Too.
Oh, he took this forever. That's what I'm saying. He's been dead forever, right? Like all of this stuff is super old. You can hear the pirates are like, they don't make them like that no more. Look at those thermal vents. Like this is like a hot rod. This is like finding a 40s hot rod, right?
Mhm.
In primo condition and being like, oh shit, they don't make them like that anymore, right? Like this is
Stanley
this.
just got it right there. Says exactly perfect.
Yeah. There's no improvision. There's no new orders. It's all the same. Here's your script, right? That's it. Here's your script. You don't deviate. So they go into, they get caught. They get they come in. Jod tells Brutus what's going to happen right here, right? Like he's just real open about it. He's like, I can't wait to kill you. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to kill you the first chance I get. And Jod's like, they love me, bro. They're not going to let you kill me. They love me. And he's like, the crew loves plunder. And he's like, no, the crew love me, bro. Like, sorry, not sorry. See? Nah, the crew love me, right? Like he is 100% factual about it. What's up, Don? Welcome to the party. And then we get to the doors open. The kids are in there and Brutus is going in solo first. And this was really, really smart.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the kids come in. Brutus is like, you know, come out, surrender, or I'll kill you. And I think all of us were on the same page. Like, oh, the kids are just going to like roll out because they're kids. Nope. This dude gets bamboozled. And I didn't expect the claw to come out and get him.
He gets plucked like a wolf toy out of
gets-
a machine, you know.
He gets plucked like the claw at the carnival fair. He's like, whoop. Looks like one of Dr. Octopus's arms is like,
Yes.
whoop, and snatched him right out of there. There's that Favreau stuff. So they snatch him out of the air and they hold him there and tell him, you know, the kids are using
The kids are using a voice modulator and telling them to get back and let us go and release the hyper transmitters.
So we get up to this point and, you know, a little bit of et tu Brutes. Is that appropriate here? I mean,
Sent them away to the farm.
you know, sorry, buddy. You're going to the farm. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be mean, but we're gonna send you. We're gonna send you to the farm upstate. We're gonna send you to live with my sister on the farm.
Hear my cat in the background. Right?
No, don't do it.
Boom. And he ices him, right? And the kids are like, oh, I can't believe he did it.
Dude, even in the background shot, look at Neil, man. Best acting out of all of them.
Yeah, see, I don't know if it was part of a fleet or I don't know if it was just
So probably the Sith Eternals. Just saying.
That'd be cool.
First order.
So Jod assumes command again. Everybody bows and bends the knee. Okay, take the prisoners.
I was
Get rid-
shocked when he killed him, though. Right?
Were you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Were you
oh,
really?
damn. Didn't see it coming.
I kind of expected it.
Not for a Jedi.
But as soon as it happened, it's like, oh shit. Okay, yeah, you're the bad guy.
Yeah.
You're that dude.
Mhm.
Then they find 33, and it's the message comes out. He puts his helmet back on, which I thought was interesting.
See, if we saw right here, actually, too, Star Wars Meg put out a video, like a theory video, a couple days ago. She had a theory, which is probably obviously wrong now,
The
where she
beginning of the
said,
game.
"Yeah, the opening scene. We don't know when that actually happened. Is
Well,
it
Brutus
after
is in it
or
now,
is-
so Brutus
Yeah.
is in that scene. So
But I thought it
Yeah.
was really cool. So when he threw his helmet back on, I was like, "Oh, damn, was she right?" And then I was
Kinda
like,
tracks
"Oh,
a
no,
little.
never mind. Look,
Sorry, Meg. Okay, so then we get S33. You hear the message from the moms, and everybody takes their moment. You know, everybody has their moment. The beacon gets into space, and everybody gets their message. We love you. We miss you. You're not going to get in trouble. Come home. Yay, us. Right? They talk to KB. Then they talk to...
then Wim attacks.
Yeah, then Wim is like...
great plan, buddy."
Unarmed. Attack pirates while you're unarmed.
Well, and I like how the dad's like, it's an official who, who knows the location of Ad-Adin. So this also tells
and
me
this is
more
where he
here.
reveals,
That-
yeah.
Yeah, this also tells me more here than just what's going on with the kids, right?
Quote unquote revealed to them when they graduate.
Correct.
So that's another
Neil's
reason why I'm
mom,
like,
though.
okay, but hear me out. This is another reason why I question if the droids are behind it, because
Hold on,
Dad
hold
is
on.
saying things like that too.
Hold on, we're gonna get to it. Yeah, he wants his big brother back. Wine.
Yeah, like, come on, Neil's
Okay.
mom. Really? You trying to kill this guy? Like,
Okay,
Heart-
and then
heartbreaking.
we can't transmit the coordinates, and then this is what I want to get to. If it's gonna let me, or if I'm gonna have to play it. Yeah, they can't transmit the coordinates, obviously. So that was my biggest concern, is that they were going to try to send the coordinates out into space, and then everybody knows where they are. But they didn't do that. They just sent this "Dear Mom" message so that you can get home. Find a Republic emissary, bobbity bobbity ba. Don't tell anyone where you're from. And then I like how Jod's like, too late. Oops. It's an oopsie. Location of Ad-Adin deleted by Dooku. Nah. Good try, though. It's a good try. Okay. You weren't supposed to find out any of this until you graduate. Now, I don't really know.
You know what you have to think back though. I think we have to jump forward more to like think about this more clearly. Did they shoot off like an alarm when the ship landed for
We don't
everybody to
know.
hear?
Yes, they did. Yes,
So
they did.
Wait,
They know
what-
that they're
who?
in a secure location.
Who did though?
Right.
Sorry, back up.
The droids and everything, and that message came.
The
off,
security
alarm
from-
played. So they
It wasn't
know
really
that,
an alarm though. It was like an announcement of a Jedi emissary
No,
But-
Republic emissary.
or a
But
Republic emissary. Yeah.
if that happened, that's probably
Okay,
the
hold on.
first time in
Let me get there.
decades anyway. Sorry, yeah.
Let me get there.
Hmm.
Let me get there. So, like you said, Wim goes on his let's attack him because he's 5. And it doesn't work. Then there's this conversation about how a captain can only take one vessel. By the pirate code, A captain can lay claim to only one vessel. And so it seems like 33 follows the code, but like every other droid, he's got his own motives, so to speak, right? And the fact that they put him together and the little mouse in his eye likes the kids.
I think it also has something to do with when Fern said you can override your protocols. It's not that you don't remember and it's that you were told not that you don't, but you
Right.
do. So I think this is just another part of him like reworking some of the stuff in his head.
Right. So they have a conversation. I lay claimsies, unclaimsies.
Just funny as hell going back to like
Yeah,
your final
to when they
ship.
were kids, right? There's like claimsies, unclaimsies. You can't do that. So finally, 33 is like, screw it. Close enough. Kicks all the adults off the ship. Now, at this point, I didn't think Jod had his lightsaber.
Ooh, we missed something too.
Back up.
Like way back, but like when the cuffs come off him, he removes them with the force.
Yeah, he does it himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm,
we
I'm going through a
skipped over that.
checklist for Santa's thing.
Yep.
Yeah, he does it himself, right?
Man, I want
It's-
to make sure I didn't imagine that.
No, you did not.
No,
He
that
does
was
it.
good.
Yeah, so then he kicks him off the ship, but like right there, I didn't notice if he had a lightsaber on him. So, you know,
I mean, he had to because he
Well,
had
yeah,
it with
'cause
him.
I guess he got his helmet back, so he got all his stuff back from the crew, so it must have been on him.
Yeah, and it was with him. He when the kids took off, he ignites it, and then
Right.
yeah, so he had it like since they left, so it wasn't on the ship.
All right. So they take off and they fly through. Now here's where we find out about the barrier and what it really is, right? And so they fly through, you see one here. You think so right here they're kind of rope-a-doping us, right? You think the lightning is random. But find out a couple minutes later that the barrier is what's causing the lightning, right? These devices are what's causing the lightning and what is the barrier, right? So as ships fly through, they get taken out, right? Which is pretty nuts that, and this is where it solidified what I was thinking about the Republic ship, right? Because as soon as they fly through, it's red. See, then they shoot that ship down, right? Here's going to be a great example of what I'm talking about. The lightning from the nebula powers the defense array, which is freaking awesome, right? So they created this nebula-like storm, right? And then they release these defense turrets, is how I'm going to define them. And as soon as a ship comes in, the lightning strikes, it acts as a weapon and destroys the incoming ship. So this is why everybody thinks that this is a nebula, because no one ever makes it out. Everybody thinks you go in like any other nebula, electricity or whatever, you're done, right? So this is the rope-a-dope, is they have the whole galaxy thinking this is a nebula of some kind, or a gas giant sun, right? So nobody goes near it, which is brilliant. If you're going to hide something in plain sight, right? So they're like satellite turrets, right? And they blow up the ship. And then, so here's where Smee tells us all about the plan, right? And why this ship is unique. And this is what I was thinking the whole time was,
Reading the chat too.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, I
catch
was like,
that.
"Where's Richmond?" I'm so confused.
I was like, the chances of him coming in here are very rare.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say astronomically rare, and I don't think he'd be here long, to be honest.
Wait, was somebody one of the pirates? look like Resman?
Maybe. I
No,
don't
no,
know.
no.
I don't know.
Maybe.
It was Skywalker Academy. I don't know. So here's where we find out from Smee this solidified what I was talking about, right? So stealing one of the Mint's own ships so he could fly it safely back through is what Captain Renard did, right? And that's the stroke. That's what I saw in the beginning when they were in the tractor beam, right? So he talks about it, and then this happens. And then I saw this and I was like, bingo, because they go through and the next satellite they hit is powering up and it looks like it's going to hit them and it goes green and turns off. That's when I knew it was one of their own ships. Like I knew it was a Republic ship because it had the emblem.
I mean, he knew it 2 seconds before.
Right. But like the fact that they weren't getting hit the whole time, it was targeting the ships that it didn't have the beacon, right? Which was brilliant. And then it goes green and then so as soon as this ship comes in and out, all of the defense systems turn off, right? So they get back through and then we see the planet. Oh, there he is again.
I do kind of wonder though.
And then we see the
system. If they just rushed it with like thousands of ships, they'd probably make it. Get them.
I don't think so, because they'd have to know what. I mean, yes, if you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah.
So if you knew that, that it was a defensive thing like that, and maybe you shot rockets at it, like if you shot some lasers and stuff at it, maybe you would take all of them out and punch a hole.
I just feel like you can't take everybody out. The other thing too is if you see this thing sitting there, it's like, why don't you just attack it?
Bro, do I have a story for you, chat?
Oh.
I was just looking up. You gotta like, can we go back a couple? No, not me.
You
Not
picked
me.
them out. Like, Jesus.
No, go back.
Do I have a story for you?
Do I have a story for you?
Gas, bro. The gas. I'm telling you. Can you back up a couple frames? So
where do you want to go?
See, like, just them coming just like through the edge of the gas.
All you want to talk about is gas tonight.
Man, no, I know. Did you have some? I thought Shibi was having tacos tonight.
Listen, if there's any High Republic fans in the chat, you're gonna lose your shit in a second. And so the Nihil, the villains, they use the poison green gas to incapacitate anybody, really, Jedi, etc. But what they also did, and it's in the High Republic, or just like the clearing. You know, like when they're coming through the other side and you can see the planet and all this other, but it's a shell basically.
I'm gonna track the shit out of this too.
Yeah, just keep going to like right at the edge of it. But anyways,
hey, you can use that as an intro and then make the planet.
So
I'm totally fucking doing that with my logo instead of the planet.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
There's a Charles Soule comic, and this is all in the High Republic.
Right there.
If you shut the hell up, yes.
Right there.
I love you, man.
Whenever you're ready, bro. Whenever you're ready.
I didn't hear what he said.
Can we flash up the picture of Neil one time real quick for him?
Yep. Hold on.
Let him get it out of his system. All right.
Go ahead.
All right. So blah blah blah. The Nihil, they have a poison gas that can disable starships and systems and people, etc. So you get deep into the High Republic comics if you read them. This is Star Wars: The High Republic: Shadows of Starlight #2 by Charles Soule. They, the Nihil, have unleashed the Storm Wall, a new defensive weapon capable of sealing off an entire region of the galaxy, preventing any ships from entering its occlusion zones at light speed. Now known as Nihil Space, the Marauders' leader, Martian Rowe, has stacked his claim to a vast section of the galaxy and all those living within it. So this is similar technology to what the Nihil have used in the past. I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay. So some High Republic clues, maybe.
Yeah.
And so
they
we
call
find
it the Storm Wall, if anyone wants to look that up.
Storm Wall. And then the kids figure out. Now, the question was, what sunlight are they seeing? Because if this is obviously,
Yeah, right.
protected by,
Where's your fake sun?
is there a fake sun? I mean, if somebody is smart enough to simulate a nebula or a storm wall, then it seems like they're smart enough to create an artificial sun, right? Then they go on autopilot, right? The ship, just like Highness Planet, they're on autopilot, so they're getting brought into the same. And here's the crazy part: that's the same landing platform at Akron, right? So where they take them and where they land on at Akron, I think it's the same because the whole towns are the same, but
I thought they were
because
in
there's
like a field though.
but there's no droids.
Yeah.
There's
They
no
killed them all or
Well,
whatever.
yeah, but there's no droids. There's no one from the original at Akron Planet. So none of the first of all, the satellites in the storm is shut down, and then the autopilot's still on. Right? That's probably the only system that is still on at Akron is the autopilot. Autopilot comes down, but there's no droids or no supervisor tower to guide them in and take them down to the mint. So my question is, does at Akron have another mint also that they couldn't get in because the droids aren't there to usher them down?
That's what I would love to know, if like each planet has their own resource.
I think
that's why they were chosen, or if it's all just gold.
I think it's all mint. I think it's all credits.
Yeah,
right?
it'd be interesting to see if it was like Bacta, like if that's how Bacta was discovered or something. But
And then
Bacta is being used publicly, so
right. So we get here, and Jod's back, and he just gives us a nice little laser show. Ooh, look at that face. He madder than a dog in a hubcap factory. He mad. And then he does something that I didn't think we were going to see. Come on, do it. And he cuts off his head. Off with his head!
I thought he was going to do it in a flashback, but I called it. Lit up that lightsaber.
What's that?
I thought he was going to ignite the lightsaber in like a flashback, but
no, he's using it as a weapon.
Works.
So they kill Smee. Heads down. Our little squirrel friend is real mad, so he screeches and yells at him. I thought he was going to step on him. Really, at first I was like, is he going to step on the little guy too? Like, is he going to be that mean? But he doesn't. And then the kids are on the floor. He tries to get to communicate with the other pirate ship. And then he yells at the kids for a little bit, which I thought was super fun. He just berates the kids for a minute, tells them how dumb they are. You know. He threatens the kids. I thought this was kind of weird. So
you thought this was weird when he's like lecturing them to get them to behave?
I thought it was weird the way he was showing off the weapon.
Oh.
Like he's rarely held a lightsaber. I really don't think he was a Jedi or any of that. I really do think he's just heard these fortunes along the way and heard these sayings along the way and has the Force, but has no knowledge of lightsabers, just knows that it's just another weapon, just a powerful weapon, right? I don't think he was at this point. I mean, it just kind of reads like look at how he's like just waving it around. It's just weird, right? It's like he doesn't know how to handle it.
I mean,
I don't know what to think of him.
I don't
honestly.
either. I can't make up my mind.
Yeah.
It's just weird the way he's handling it to me. It's just like I've never held a sword before. It's just weird. Look, it's just weird. It just looks weird. Okay, so he threatens to cut up their parents if they don't pay attention. The droids are lecturing the parents about how they violated everything, and we had to help our children because you don't listen, right? You left us no choice. The problem is droids don't listen. Oh. Oh, did we get a late arrival?
Oh,
Mm.
hello there.
Hello there. Shit, beat me to it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so
That's
we
what I
get
get for being late. Wow.
that's what you get for being late. Yep, that's you for being late.
Hey,
Um,
I had to make tacos.
you didn't have to make tacos. You chose to make tacos.
When
So we
the
get
tacos
One
call,
does
one
not
makes
simply
them.
choose to make tacos.
right, and it's Tuesday.
On
Okay, I understand
Tuesdays,
it's Taco
they don't
Tuesday, but
choose
you
at all.
eat your Taco Tuesdays early
Hey.
or late on Tuesdays. You don't eat
Session,
them
I,
in the middle.
I updated it for you.
Where is it?
You don't see him?
Oh, yes, perfect. Here we go. There you go. Add it. Oh, wrong one. There it is. He added him. There he is. Now apparently Neil's having a therapeutic session with Mr. Jameson. So
Jameson's about to go off.
he's
That's actually what it looks like.
he's
Aw.
apparently Neil's having a rough time in space and needed some therapy.
God, sway them.
All right. So we
I don't
get
know.
back.
I feel like Jameson would kind of be like Jod in this episode and just be like, "You're the most annoying."
Yeah, he
man.
yells at the kids for a little bit. It's
I
fun
can
time.
relate to that scene so much being a dad. Just saying, like, he's like, and you will behave. And I'm like, yep, you get him. You let him know.
So we get to this point where like we were talking about, they talk about the beacon. Like at first the beacon is up and they're showing them like the device that they used, and then as soon as the droid leaves the room, the supervisor comes off over the PA. This is why we think this is a recording. It's not like a person's face came up. So it just, everything here screams recording. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
curious if everything's kind of automated there. I heard you guys talking about that before I came in.
Yeah.
The
So
only weird thing I was trying to piece it before is we get like an alarm when the emissary, or they think the emissary ship's coming in, right?
Yep.
So that's what happens every time one comes in. Clearly, none of these people have ever heard one come in before.
no, this hasn't happened in a generation.
So
Yeah.
you got that combined with
They
if my
were sure.
theory's right, and there is no supervisor. It's just all the robots running on like autopilot or automated. How is nobody talking about the fact that they've never seen the supervisor? You know what I mean? And they just
Well, I
live
mean,
with
they're in a
that.
Well, that's what
controlled
I'm saying.
society. They're in a controlled society.
Is she not a supervisor?
No,
Or what?
she's an
What is her
undersecretary.
title? Okay.
Undersecretary.
I remember in the first episode, I think, when Fern was at home, her mom was like, basically, when she gave her the little badge or whatever, she was saying, like, you know, only a select few get to be like at the top levels kind of thing. So I'm wondering if, like, you know, it could be mostly automated, but I feel like there's probably like, you know, a select group, the 1% kind of people just sitting at the top, kind of helping control what's going on there.
I mean, it
And
doesn't.
they may have specifically picked families that are at all these different income levels and job levels to portray that nobody has any idea what's going on still.
This
Like,
chick is
at
one of
all
the highest
levels.
ranked people on the planet,
I
Yeah.
think so too.
under
yeah.
supervisor. If
Yeah.
she doesn't know, nobody knows. Right? I mean, real. Now, you got to remember, Atten's address was lost when Renard and Smee destroyed the address on Ad Akron, and they crash landed on Ad Aten. So no one has had the coordinates to Ad Aten in, let's say, at least 100 years. Body's fully decomposed, right? At least 100 years. So that's at
Well, here's another
least
thing too. Like, I would love to see the tower on this planet to confirm that the coordinates are on each planet. You think each planet had that room with all the coordinates matching for each of them? Like, why would they do that if they're trying to keep them so hidden? You literally
they're
have
not trying to keep
the
them hidden
coordinates
from themselves.
in
They're trying
9
to keep
places.
They're not trying to
like-
keep them hidden from themselves. They're trying to keep the
Sure.
planets hidden from everybody else, and all of the planets had the same security system.
So you
they-
scribe the coordinates on every planet 9 times. Like, that just doesn't seem smart. It seems cocky and Jedi.
Well, if
Yeah.
my theory's right too, there's very few people even like with access to that tower.
Correct. Well, there's
if
very
anybody
few
at
people
all.
with access to this information. Number
On
one,
this planet,
in the
right now
Republic
there is.
period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Grand Republic period, you figure maybe what? A handful of people in the entire galaxy know about these 9 planets because they're hidden, right? The people in the Republic only know that they get delivered treasure, the credits. They don't know where they come from. So this is a closed system, right? This is nobody in the galaxy knows.
I think my only argument, back when Kim was talking about them, I think she said that all of them were destroyed, or probably discovered and got destroyed,
Right.
except for Ad-Adden.
The thing is, though, we saw at Akron, same exact duplicate planet, right?
And it was kind of destroyed, but
Right.
probably by its own people. More
By
than
its own
anything.
people, when they figured out there's not a supervisor,
Yeah.
they went rogue, killed all the droids, and then you get this
The faction
under
split naturally
civilization, right?
Yeah.
This weird civilization that almost Lord of the Flies, right? This apocalyptic civilization on Ad Akron. So when they fly back to Ad Akron with the ship, the defenses are down. The autopilot takes them to the same landing point, but without the droids in the supervisor tower, it doesn't open the mint below. Right? So whatever is the treasure of Ad Akron never gets plundered because the system, the droids didn't open the treasure chest.
You know,
Right.
the
I'll do
other
you
thing
one-
that makes
I'll do you one better.
Yeah, go ahead.
What if the other planets people discovered what was on them, and that's why they got plundered and destroyed for the most part, or that the treasure's already gone from all of them because someone else or some other pirates figured it out.
Maybe.
Maybe. But if that were true, wouldn't there be a big hole in the middle of the planet getting down to the vaults?
I mean, you could even say that what's his name did it.
John? Or
No, the other one. I can't think of his name.
well, and see,
It's
that's why
never
I
in-
think
Jack Renaud.
because the system would have had to have been down. The system was already down when he showed up. Because he said, if you remember what Smee says when they exit on Ad Akron, he's like, "Oh yeah, I remember these same warriors the last time I was here." Right? And so that's how he was able to negotiate with those warriors by giving them credits to move on uninhibited. Right?
The way there's just forestation. You don't even know there's I'm leaning more towards like the civilization, like the inhabitants took out all the droids.
Yeah. I think there was a revolt when they found out there wasn't a supervisor, and by the time Tack Renard got there, it was already mutiny into factions.
And my evidence for
actually
that
leaning
happening
towards
actually
there's never a supervisor on any of these planets. It's
Right, but
just people duped into living this way.
Right. Agreed.
I think that on Akron, that whole fallout happened actually maybe even generations ago because of the way they're calling stuff like the sacred blah blah blah, and everything's very primitive. It's like, how did you fall so far from grace? Like,
Right.
it's a self-sustaining city, and now you're here. Like, how long did that take?
Right.
Their language is almost broken down.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Their fall on Ad Akron happened much, much further before Tack Renard gets there. So when Tack Renard gets there, there's an automated landing system, but there's no droids to open up the vault. So whatever is in the vault on Ad Akron potentially could still be on Ad Akron.
Yo, maybe he shows up there and everything's already been ransacked.
Yeah.
But he gets up to the tower and is like, okay, I'm going to this one next. Destroy it, and they go because he has a ship, and he just gets lucky there because he knows all these
Well,
coordinates.
I think he went to I think he found this planet and was looking for the lost treasure of Ad Akron.
Yeah,
The
like
lost because
mhm.
it's in the
like
stories.
what Kim said.
Right, it's in the
Yeah.
stories, and it was
He's
a
looking
myth.
for that one.
Right, they're looking for the one left because all the rest had been destroyed already. But this is the one with a still fully functioning mint. Right.
Yeah.
And so we get here. An emissary is arriving, is what the message says, for a
Do you want
shipment.
to hear it or no?
I mean, we can. I
try?
don't know how much we'll get.
You think it's a human voice that they just kept?
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
Previous.
absolutely.
Okay,
100%.
just from the previous one. We don't
Here
need
you
to
go.
hear it.
There you
Like
go.
the statue
No,
might
we
be
can- we can
a fake
listen
person
here.
on the other planet.
Is the supervisor speaking?
I think that's
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
Emissary is arriving for shipment. All non-essential work is suspended.
All non-essential work is suspended.
Mhm.
I think it says please stay inside also.
Yeah.
Until offload is complete.
Offload is complete. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
the emissaries,
you.
thank you. And then this is what I'm saying, right? So the autopilot brings them into the same place, right?
And the parents
Oh,
have the Life 360 tracker
maybe it
on
doesn't.
baby, so
maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't take them to the same place because the tower is right next to the landing platform. And they were like way off in the distance when they landed on an Akron.
Didn't they disable the autopilot though?
On that Akron, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why it's a different. place.
Okay, and
Yeah,
another clue as
true.
to it not have happening in a long time. There's people literally just like playing out on this field,
Yeah.
Right.
and they
right.
don't expect the floor to open.
Right, that's what I'm
Definitely
saying.
has
No one has seen this in
Yeah.
in at least 2 generations. So 100 years, right? At least.
At least since the High Republic.
Right. Exactly. That's what I
Not.
Precisely.
Well, at least I mean it's been a
Pillaging
couple
this place.
100 years. At least 100 years because the droid is old. The ship, no one recognizes this style of ship. All the pirates were shitting their pants when they're like, "Oh, look at them thermal vents," and they don't make them like that anymore, right? Like this was finding a diamond in the rough, so to speak.
This is actually a really good shot of the city.
I know, right? Good
It's like
pause.
set up on that water right there too. That's probably powering a bunch of stuff.
So,
Model City.
oh, let's turn that off. So we fly in, and everybody is shitting their pants, except the parents are like, "Oh, the kids." All right, everybody starts shitting their pants because this. Look, I mean, right here. Look, the floor is moving, and the droids are like, "Okay, everybody, stay calm and step back," and then the floor opens.
Like, look at the far side. There's people like on the edge right there.
Yeah, yeah.
On that left side,
Right
upper
here.
left side.
Over here. You know, motherfuckers are about to fall in, right? But no one knows this is here because they're having a park. It's a park, right?
hmm
So look, everybody's like, "Oh my god, oh we're gonna fall, oh no, don't do it." I thought this was really cool.
hmm
So it lands, and I like this. It lands and it locks, right?
It's
like
like
a
you ain't
key.
going nowhere.
Everything's
Right.
automated. Well, the fact that I thought they were locking it because they were going to lock it down, I didn't expect what comes next, right? So Jod comes out and he tells the droids, you know, "I'm the emissary." He's like, "You must be the visiting." I love how stupid droids are because they just give him the opportunity to lie.
Mhm.
They're not like, "Can I see your Republic credentials?" They're like, "Oh, you must be the visiting Republic emissary." And Jod's like, "Of course I am.
Mm.
How did you know? How did you know?" It's just dumb. Droids are so dumb. And then,
Almost like they're a plot device.
right? Oh my goodness. And then, you know, travel outside the barrier is not permitted. Kids are in trouble. Proceed directly to the mint for offload procedures, right? And so, you know, Jod's like, "Cool, let's go to the mint." And he doesn't think. See, here's all the people are like, "What is going
What in
on?"
the world?
A couple Teletubbies, you know.
Right? That's what
Yep.
Is that one dude like the hammerhead smiling though? Can't tell.
Tinky Winky. Bye bye, Poe. Bye bye.
The whim's like attack. Nah.
And then, yeah, right. Attack. So it's hold the kids on the ship, and they're going down, down, down into there. And then we get to the tunnel, right? We get to what's below at Akron, and we find this planet is literally made of gold,
Mm.
right? If you look at the walls all around this, and then you just go a couple seconds further. Let's back up.
Yep.
You see these little ships are carrying gold to the son of a bitch, to the mint, right? So we get down to the mint, and you know, he's pretty impressed with their operations. He
The
wants
one
to
boy's about to light somebody up right there.
he wants to contact his ship. He says you have to speak to the supervisor about the barrier. this could go to your guys' point that there is an actual person in charge. I still don't think so. I think the supervisor is going to be a conversation on a hologram or a communication tower or something, trying to communicate back to the old Republic.
Ooh, you know what? Could crap on this whole thing. Santa was showing like some clips of like one of the directors from one of these episodes makes an appearance in the episode, and we haven't seen him yet, so it's like unseen footage. That could be the supervisor.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He showed it. He went through like some of the footage, and as soon as you just said that, hit me. It's like, crap. Maybe there is a supervisor.
Maybe.
But I still holding out hope. I don't.
Well, and so Jod tells the droids, go fetch him, right? And some of your finest refreshments. And so the alarm blares, they get down, and then the tunnel reveal or the vault reveal is bitchin'.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is huge, right? I'm going to see if I can get to it. Yeah, the size of this vault is huge, right? And then they open the vault, and he asks, he's like, how many vaults like this are on this planet?
1,000 something.
1,174, I thought he said.
11 million.
1,139. Just
what's funny is the droids are
like
probably
this.
directing them to create new vaults too,
right?
or
So-
they're making them themselves.
yeah.
Goodness.
And there's all the credits. That was a good one.
Evil laughter.
That was a good one. Like he's crying. And then the kids' parents come home. Everybody's happy to see you. This is what I was talking about with you, Scotty,
Yeah.
about there being a little more backstory here to Jod and his dad, or to Wim and his dad.
Mm-hmm. Bro, they
This-
both hesitate on the
This
hug.
reaction
It's
is
like,
fantastic.
damn.
They're like, stop. Oh, okay. Right. So like there's
Kid's like, are you gonna hug me? And dad's
Yeah,
like, am
yeah.
I gonna hug him?
It's like,
Yeah,
are you
there's-
gonna go to get milk again?
yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah, so that was totally you could totally see their connection. Like they're still a broken family no matter how you slice that up.
Yeah.
So we get some crying, we get some wonderful, everybody's here, and then Jod just comes back and he's like, "What's up, kids?" And then walks up to the parents. No big
Oh.
deal.
Yeah, they might.
He just takes Neil's trunk.
They should have done like Anakin vibes, like done a shot from
Oh,
right
this-
behind Jod's body. Look,
It
See,
was
you-
straight Anakin vibes.
oh my god, that would have been awesome. Do that same shot.
You
It
think
was.
you think he's going to be like all nice about it. My question is, so we get here, we see the elephants in the room, and then he lights his saber, right? And so
But you know what's really funny is he's still the smartest person in the room. None of them have a goddamn clue how to get off planet, how to get to the supervisor, who it is, what it is. Like,
And this
He-
is how
he-
those other civilizations devolved to what they were. 'Cause you
Yeah.
had generations of people with only these tasks that are
limited
being
information,
tested.
right? Exactly.
Mhm.
Right. So we get to this point, lights the lightsaber, and that's pretty much the end of the episode.
That's
Right.
just like Anakin. What you mean?
Mhm.
So
Think about that going deeper too. You got a whole planet of people that not only don't have access to ships, they're probably not taught anything about the physics or how ships actually work, because that would
no, they're all
create a
they're all
tendency
money
for risk
people.
for them to
Yeah.
take
They're all accountants. Everybody on this whole planet is an accountant
useless.
or useless. Right? Seriously, they're all money people. That's all they have, right?
Mhm.
They know nothing about the defenses of their own world. They know nothing of the physics of their barrier. They know nothing. The droids don't allow them to see anything. And so
Crazy.
we get to
We're
the end
all
of this
part
episode.
the great work.
That's it,
Mhm.
right? And so at this point, my question is, does Jod igniting his saber let the droids know who he's not?
I don't think they care.
Or, I mean, it's a weapon.
He's a Republic emissary, though. He do
I
whatever
would
he
say,
wants.
weren't Jedi technically kind of like
I
emissaries?
think so. Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's okay. So that's where
Could
we go
have
back.
been. Yeah,
That's
that's
where
what
we go
he's
back to
asking
this.
though. Is like, do they know the difference between Jedi and Republic at this
Well,
point?
and here's more further. Did the Jedi set up the security systems having fought the Nile and taking their technology and creating the barriers?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The barriers is very weird and similar in many ways to things we've even seen the video games that hint back to. It's a hidden planet, you know. So, I don't know. I just keep going back to the similarities.
Well, that's just it. Like, if Jod does any damage to the droids, all the droids are notified. So he's playing the emissary card. But here's my thing. Is the emissary in the past from the Jedi Council, right? Is that who set this
Right.
up initially, or who was the representative from, because they were the most trusted in the Republic, right? Especially during the High Republic. It seems like they didn't have any Senate oversight, right?
It's a young Kiadi Mundi
You
going
know,
back and forth.
a Yoda, if you will. But it seems like this is a very well kept secret. Who keeps the best secrets? The Jedi keep the best secrets. So were the Jedis of the High Republic involved in this? Or were they the people that were
Do the
that,
Jedi or do the Sith? Because the Sith were in hiding for like thousands of years.
Yeah, sure. But Palpatine lobby for the Sith over here.
I mean, look, honestly, it doesn't sound like it because of the scrolls, right? I would understand if they hadn't broke out the scrolls and told this whole backstory of the Republic, of the old Republic building these safe, these jewels of the old Republic. I don't think the Sith would. I mean, yes, they're in hiding, but they're not taking over planets, because you would have seen more of an Ad Akron.
I told you to come to this.
So I don't know, man. It just seems like, I mean, are they going to let him go? I can't see Jod getting out of here easily.
I got a feeling
feel
those
like there's
kids are
no way.
orphans in like 10 seconds into the next episode.
What's that?
I have a feeling those kids are orphans like 10 seconds into the next episode.
Oh man, you think they'll do that? That'd be nuts.
Right?
I mean, I didn't
know.
expect Smee to get his head cut off either. So
Mm.
I mean, you
the
can
one
still
thing I
fix
will-
that though. It's just wiring, you know.
one of the things I really like about this show is every corner I'm like, didn't see that coming.
No, for sure. I mean, that's the thing, is this thing has more surprises than, it's crazy. And so where do we, I just don't know where we go from here. Because even if he fills that ship to the gills, right? Lets the kids go, takes a ship with as much as it can hold. He's the richest pirate in all the world, all the galaxies, right? What stops him from coming back?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I would just keep coming back. Like, this is my ship now.
Right.
All he's gonna do is not get robbed when he
Go
leaves.
pay the pirates. Here are the pirates. Here's your gold. Whole bunch of gold. Here, this whole ship is your guys's. Divvy it up amongst yourselves. I'm going to go get another shipment. You guys go back and buy new shit, and I'll see you guys soon, right? Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
not even that. You could be like, hey, here's your gold. I'll be back. It was a little rough, though. It was dangerous getting in there. So don't wait up for me. Oh,
yeah, I just don't know, man. It just seems like, yeah, I just don't know. I mean, could the droids, if they find out he's not a good guy, could they disable his codes so that ship isn't allowed back in? I mean, it seems like
they
that
won't
ship.
believe anybody. You think they don't listen to anything anybody says.
Yeah,
They just bark out orders the whole time. There's so much foreshadowing in the episode.
Do you
though,
think the
that
parents could make a deal with God
for what?
just
not
to
say
help
anything?
him and try to help him get off the planet?
What help does he need? As
Oh,
far as
yeah,
the droids
yo.
are concerned, he goes there. Gets
Chat
his
brings up a
shipment,
good
and he
point too, though.
what point?
the fact that the droids said that they had to unload something. I mean, essentially they're talking about the money, but that to cancel all the non-essential work. I mean, if it is the Republic coming in to get the money, is that confirmation that the Republic is being funded somehow?
Well, no, the Republic is funding itself.
Right. So we're
That's-
saying that this is all tied to like either Jedi, Republic, or one and the same. But the money
Maybe
is going
that's
to the
just
good
what they
guys.
tell the civilian population is
Right.
happening.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
this is where they're getting the credits. This is where the credits come from. This is where this is where they print their money, right? So
I'm
this
curious
goes.
who the buyer is or who the real money's being offloaded.
Well, see, I think
to.
everybody's expecting this to be like a because they've even mentioned it in the chat a couple times. Everybody's expecting this to be a Count Dooku rope-a-dope, right? Everybody's expecting this to be a Dooku created the clone army, erased the planet from the archives. Everybody's expecting there to be like a bad guy behind this, like somebody like that, like a Thrawn or a potentially the First Order or potentially Snoke, right? Somebody behind this that's gaining their power, because we are in the Mandoverse era, right? We're not in the prequel eras or anything, so we're in the Mandoverse era. So, who does this benefit in the long run?
You know, I just thought about Siphon Diaz. Kind of sounds like Siphon Diaz.
It just seems like
I don't think that there was like originally an intention for this to be a part of someone. Like, well, maybe the writers had the intention, but like it could end up being Thrawn or someone that ends up gaining a bunch of this money. But I feel like that's a long shot, or more just a way for it to.
I'm just saying,
connect.
is there somebody that benefits from this in the long run, right? Or does this get to be its own planet, completely secured away from everything, right?
Yeah.
Like, is this treasure going to get out to the public? Is this treasure going to be used to fund certain things in the future, right? Because this was so well hidden. Because don't you think as soon as the Republic that Anakin was in, as soon as the Republic went down and Palpatine had access to all of the archives of the Jedi, don't you think this is the first place he would have gone to get all the loot?
I do like this being something that the banking clan has kept secret. I think that'd be sick.
So you think this, like the Mune?
I mean,
But they would have visited the planet.
That's what I'm saying.
If that was happening. So
That's what I'm saying.
knows.
they would have had
crazy,
emissaries.
crazy idea.
Potentially.
You said the Nile are the ones that had the green gas, right?
Yeah, it's that
whole-
same kind of tech that just is impenetrable.
So
Can't
what
fly
if they program the droids to be like, oh, this is a republic, this, and that, but then really it's a whole Nile operation?
But they're still part of the jewels of the old Republic. So why would they call them that?
Well, that's
So
it. Well, maybe it was a part of the republic, but then the Nile kind of, took over and like
Found it
set
somehow,
it
yeah.
up, or like, maybe took the droids and reprogrammed them,
Because in
type of
theory,
thing.
this is the only planet left,
Yes.
supposedly.
Well,
according to
this is
Kim and
one
the
of-
stories of the scroll.
This is one of the 9. This doesn't talk about the 10th planet,
If it's a 10th, yeah, she didn't mention it either.
right? So
Yeah,
let's see, do I have it here? Probably not.
how do we know there's 10?
Because there was the 9 in the scroll, and then the 10th one was around them with 3 rings, and they were protecting it. So it's like the 9 on the top of the map, and then the one that they were. So I don't know if that's Coruscant, right? I mean, I don't know if that's Alderaan, but Palpatine
why the
had
big, like,
Empire's money.
why the big hubbub with like the murals and the like making the barrier seem like it's some sacred thing that
That's
they
what I'm saying.
worship? Like that also just screams Jedi. But
Yeah, well, let's see. So
like they reverse, like anybody could have had that. Also, even if it is the Nile, anyone could have reverse engineered that technology. One of the things that also people cite about anything High Republic is, okay, how'd this tech get lost? So imagine if Palpatine had the tech that so and so had, or blah 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 had. So it's like, I think something's gonna happen where this planet still stays isolated, but I hate it. But I think they did that. Did they not do that in the video games with Cal Kestis? Like, does anybody know where that planet is besides him? The
besides
Kobo
Dengar.
Abyss and all that. Is he the only one? It's like him and the
Basically.
Dathomirian chick. So they could do that. They could do that, and it could be like Jude and these kids are the only ones that know where this planet is, or something.
Right. So here's the 9, right? These are the 9 planets we're talking about here, right? And it looks like all of them are surrounded by the same kind of nebula, right? And then you have this planet here that these people are. So to me, it just seems like this could be the last of the surviving at planets.
Do we know which one is Atten right there?
No.
Seems like each
Although,
planet might
if
have
you
different
wanna-
resources too.
That one crazy asshole that did the video with all the words and the letters flipped upside down. There are written next to the planets like their names.
Find that shit.
Yeah.
Somebody find that.
I was kind of just looking at this, like what the planets look like. You know what I mean? If it maybe it indicated gold and silver. But
No, it doesn't really say anything about what, like, oops. It doesn't really say anything about what they are. I mean, if you can read Arabesh or whatever the like language is, the ancient language. But just looking at the map, she talks about the 9 sacred worlds, right? And so let's see if we can, let's put the captions back up. I don't know why I keep turning them off. There is no map to Aten. This scroll depicts the jewels of the Old Republic. And the planets of wonder were kept hidden for their protection. Long ago, they were all destroyed except one. At Aten. So, long ago, they're all destroyed. Like I said, it just seems like it's been a long time since Akron was hit, and that's when Tak Renard went and hit Akron. He got the address, destroyed it. Now, my question is, did he visit the other worlds first, and this was the only world that had Akron on it? That, again, we don't really know. Operation Cinder, I don't really think those... I think these are too old for that. Just to be honest. The satellites, the ones we just saw, I think these are too old to be the same kind as Project Cinder. I think now that we
They
know...
would have been around way before that. Yeah.
Now, could Palpatine have unlocked this technology at some point? Sure. But I don't know.
Well, I mean, a strong theory is that something like this would have been needed to fund the First Order all of a sudden. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
There's enough time between now and then. Jude Law gets off planet and the gold does get discovered. Then what? I mean, we still got 20 years.
Thrawn gets his
Right.
hand on it first.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here's what I'm trying to figure out.
I think the most logical thing from this would be Thrawn gets his hands on this. Yeah, it's gotta be.
What
I
problem
will
is this,
say-
though?
It could make sense just because he does study a lot of art and history. So
Mhm.
he would maybe know about this. And if he just came back into the galaxy, he could be like, well, I need some way to fund my potential, return to the Empire and also the, return of the Empire in a sense, because he feels like he can probably lead it and then use it to help his people. So
I mean, unless Thrawn gets the whatever power he needs and leaves the galaxy to go help his people, I don't see Thrawn winning in the future.
No, I don't think so either. But I feel like he could.
But
Right,
you need
so-
to make him actually be a viable threat, and then
but
maybe
it-
when he loses, the
I
First
feel
Order
like he
takes
can make
over.
sense just because he's so smart that he could figure out something like this, and like actually maybe know
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I was trying to go back over the Akron episode to see if I could find any like overhead shots of the city to see what the like if that was opened up, so that the vault. Couldn't find anything though, not yet.
Sneaky bastards.
But it just seems like all of these are built the same. And so why wouldn't they all look like this? I guess is my point.
You think too, if like that pans out, like what we, or if we ever learn about it, like if we think like the population overthrows the droids, and that's how like they go into decline because they're just not knowledgeable about anything, then maybe they don't even know what's in this vault or what they're doing.
They do not.
Yeah,
That's why I
so-
think the vault hasn't
yeah.
been plundered. That's why I think none of the vaults have been plundered, because you need the autopilot to lock you into the dock, and then you need the droids to verify that you're an emissary, and then they open up the vault, and then they take you down. Right? So there's this entire process that goes on to get in the vault. Doesn't seem like that happened on Akron because the civilization fell. Right? So potentially there could be more vaults. There could be more technology. There could be more stuff lost. But the fact that anybody can get in and out of this place right now is what it's really about. So now that Jod knows this has 1,139 vaults, could the other planets still have untapped vaults?
I don't know if they'd be untapped because even then, like I was just wondering, like Ad-Atten is known to be a planet that apparently has eternal treasure. So somehow, some way, this story, probably before even what's his name,
Tak Renard.
Renaud, was someone that either knew or like told other people about this place, because someone had to have known, or that the other ones were plundered because they realized that those planets had all of this stuff. And otherwise, how would they know that Atten, with it being lost planet, is one that has eternal treasure?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions. That's the thing, is they answer some stuff and then they give us more questions, right? So they're really good at here's an answer, and then they're like, here's some more questions. So I guess the big question now is, yes, he overrode the autopilot on Akron, and so that yes, but we go to the city, and the city's like, if you look at the city, right, in just a few images that we get, right, the city's destroyed. This is close to the comms tower. This is probably the same distance from the comms tower or the supervisor tower as they were in the scene where we see them land.
Yeah, similar.
So yeah, see, here I kind of agree with this. And the parents know they have to keep their planet a secret. They encourage the kids to seek out a High Republic emissary who knows about Ad-Atten. That's because they still think that there's a republic, right? They
It
still
also
think
doesn't mean they know why they have to keep it secret. They could be told something else altogether too.
correct. And see, my thought is, are the kids just going to go along with Jod and be like, this is the Jedi from the Republic that we found out there that knew where Ad-Atten was, and now he can go. Thank you, Jod. Is that how this? I don't know how this ends. Is the problem I'm having right now, right?
Right.
Like they've already given us the finale. This is where I'm stuck. This felt like the finale to me.
Well, there is a scene in the trailers that we still haven't seen that I'm like 99.9% sure is in the next one.
Which is,
It's
'Cause I
just the
thought-
scene of Jod with the going to the parents or going up to the parents and being like, "There's an army of pirates coming this way right now," which makes me like, well, clearly something doesn't go his way.
I didn't see
Or
that
he
part.
calls them down, it's like, or like, you know, finds a way to
I
get
thought
them
that
to
was on
come
the
down.
resort planet.
Was it?
Didn't he say that?
Yeah.
I thought that
Yeah.
was.
Resort planet.
I
They could have
swear I
mixed
thought the
the
parents were in
When they're
the
voiceover.
jumping
scene.
on the bed.
Confused it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
they-
swear I thought that was
Yeah.
with the parents in it.
Okay, well, here we go. We're gonna find out.
I don't know which trailer it's from either, so that
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
help.
It's all good.
It kind of sounds like they took it from that episode and mixed it in with another scene. No.
Okay, let's see. Trailer, Skeleton
There you go.
Crew.
Deep Shadow Protocol.
Official. No.
Any trailers, videos. Where are my trailers? There we go. You guys hear that?
Tomorrow's test will set the course of your entire future.
Don't you ever want to do anything exciting? Like what? What if we could go anywhere we want in the whole galaxy? A real adventure. No more pretend. I found something buried in the woods. What do you think it is? I think it's a lost Jedi temple. Hello? Be careful where you step. We're lost. Really lost.
Tis dangerous out there in space. Trust no one.
You're a Jedi.
Not that one.
In the final trailer. Maybe. There's like parts of it. I'm trying to find it too.
This is my
What are
favorite
you
trailer.
in for? What are you in for? I found something buried in the woods. Dad,
This is unacceptable. Do you understand?
what do you think it is? Don't touch anything. What did you do? We're lost. Really lost. Stay together. We just need some directions home.
Come on, kid. Pay up. Whoa. Where'd you two find an old Republic credit?
Over here, quick. I'll get you home. We'll make a partnership. But we have to move fast. I need you to take the controls.
Okay. Neil? Neil?
A crew of murderous pirates is coming.
Right there. Right there.
Something's wrong.
They're not. Pirates is coming.
Yeah, that's at Atten.
Right?
Yep, that's at Atten. You're absolutely right.
Pirates is coming.
Absolutely right.
Pirates.
Uh,
Look at it. Look at the background. There's a communication device that they used.
Bro, okay, but go back to the episode where they're jumping on the bed. If you really want to confirm.
That you're talking about the bed,
Oh,
the
the
shit.
bed.
Talking to the kid.
Oh,
He's yelling at the kids jumping on the bed right now.
Oh man.
Oh, that is the resort.
I thought that was at.
100%.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Dead.
Sorry.
It looks
Sorry.
like Aden.
Sorry, fam.
That is the spa world.
That was Spagbargus.
Oh,
Womp, womp, womp. Yeah, sorry, bro. We have seen all of every scene from the trailers we have seen as of today. Because the last scene we hadn't seen was him coming down the steps on Aten with the kids and his lightsaber. So, yeah. Sorry, not sorry. Hamburger. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, that's all the predictions. I know, right? That's what I'm saying. This felt like the finale. Getting there, him lighting his lightsaber they could have stopped before the lightsaber ended and just with him at the vault and cut it. End of story. Leaving us on hanger for another season or whatever.
Yeah.
Does this series end at the next episode? Is this a limited series or does this have life for a second season?
I don't even know what I want. I'll be honest, as a fan. Like if it's not connected at this point to a greater thing, it's just like, what are we doing, man? Why are we kicking the can down the road so far?
They didn't know what they had.
I don't think they know what they had either. I think after the Acolyte, I think at the end of the Acolyte,
they don't know what the show is gonna. If they don't know what they have in the show, it's just
no. I think they produced a show but didn't know the jewel that they had, right? Because they had Acolyte, and I think they were high-fiving themselves at the end of Acolyte, like this show fucking rocked, and it came out hard, and they put a lot of investment in advertising and all that in that, and then this show came out with the fire and the heat that people are loving, and they didn't know what they had.
I'm also hearing that the Acolytes still got more views too, but that might just because a lot of people wait until seasons are over to watch. So,
I have a real problem with Disney as a whole right now with the way that they're treating their shows and spinoffs. I was scrolling on Instagram and Twitter the other day, and I came across a thread about another Disney show that they did that they axed. And then they axed so hard after 2 seasons that they removed it from Disney Plus. And so I'm on this thread and they're like, wow, what was this show? What is this show? Where was this show? And then boom, it's like, well, that show's gone. That show's been gone for 2 years, right? I have a real problem with Disney creating content and then deleting it from the universe, right? Like, okay, if you're going to make it not feasible for not working, keep it, let us enjoy it, and then move on to another story. But I don't like this creating lore and then being willing to delete.
Right.
And I don't want this to become part of that.
Yeah, so where I'm at is like, go big, man. You have the white-skinned, like very pale bounty hunter. She's working for a private client trying to hunt him down. She failed, noticed he got off planet or whatever. Send in Mando. Send in a serious bounty hunter to catch Silvo. Send in somebody that's going to be able to bring him, do something crazy. I don't know.
Is there a way to redeem this guy at this point now?
Could we see a Boba Fett show up?
I would say Mando retired with his little Disney outro.
Yeah,
so.
Mando was like, and we're done with Mando, right? So it's like,
we'll see you in your movie.
I just want it to connect more to the Mando verse.
It was like that, right?
Me too.
They're just gonna throw in random characters like Zane and shit. I might binge shows. I might not even continue to watch them week to week if this show is another like.
Dude, that's not fair.
How's it not fair? We've had so many shows
in every episode.
Yeah, but listen,
same way as me.
Sure, but if it ends on another
airlock,
here's 2 characters staring at a fucking sunset and nothing is gonna come of it.
I think we already know the Mandalorian series is over, right? And so now
They're
they're
all supposed to connect in some big movie. I'm not buying it.
Even if the
Not to
show
be a
ends
downer.
like self-contained,
It's gonna be in
Like, it's been a
a
hell of a
series
ride.
of movies called
What? He's gonna make
Huh?
9 movies leading up to the
not
High Republic
9.
or leading up to the First Order.
Yeah,
Like,
he could.
Dude,
Okay.
fuck that. I'm not a Star Wars fan anymore.
He doesn't need to do 9, but he could do 3 easily and call it the Thrawn trilogy and just, or you
Yeah.
know,
very
So-
easily.
did
And
this
then
happen
Thrawn
in an
disappears
did,
when
did,
the First Order shows
did this
up.
happen in an interview?
he loses.
He can do these.
Oh,
right
What do
here.
you mean you hate it?
He
That's
loses
literally
and
what
disappears, loses to who? The First Order?
Damn.
What do you mean? No, Luke Skywalker, Mando, Ahsoka, Ezra. There's so many characters that are in the main
And they
galaxy right
completely
now. that are
annihilate
probably-
Thrawn, and we never hear from him ever again.
No, that's
I don't know about annihilate, but I feel like
But it's just
another
like-
war could break out. Yeah.
So did the
Maybe,
actress in one of their press junket tours did KB's actress say this in an interview?
Listen, Jude Law said a thing in the interview about his character too. It didn't come true. So
It kind of did. It absolutely did.
what was the big reveal about his character?
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, huge reveal. A pirate's a piece of shit.
But
In other news,
but
water
here's the thing.
wet.
They rope-a-doped your ass for 7 episodes, thinking
Cool,
this
now
dude
I'm
was
pissed.
good.
And
For
if it-
7 episodes, they're like, Jod the hero. Jod's helping us get out of
No,
jail.
that's not
Jod's
rope-a-dope.
Jod's taking us home. Jod's a good guy. Jod's a Jedi. And then
I
they're
never
like,
believed he was a good guy.
psych, I killed Wolfman. I'll kill your parents. I'll kill you too if I don't get my motherfucking money.
Yeah.
Right? They absolutely gave us a big reveal. That's exactly. And you know what? You know why Jude Law is so happy? Because he never plays a bad guy. He always plays a good guy. He always plays the love interest. He always plays this nice guy. That's why he's so happy about this reveal. Because he finally gets to play somebody that's villainous.
I was a dickhead the whole time.
Yeah, I honestly think that's the reveal he was going for. I was a jerk the whole episode, the whole series, and y'all didn't know it. That's it. I think that's the big reveal. I really do. I'm not the Jedi you think I was. If he would have stepped on the little rodent that came out of Smee's eye, I would have died. I
My
would've
wife
loved
said
it.
she thought he was.
I thought he was going to step on him.
Yeah.
Because he's still a Jedi. He's still a bitch.
He's not a Jedi. I don't think he ever
Yeah.
was a Jedi.
You don't
Well-
think he's come around and sit at the dinner table with Neil's family before the show's over? You want to make a bet?
Sure, I'll make a bet.
See, so you still
I
are
like bets. I mean,
rope-a-doped. You still think he's a good guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think
Yeah.
he's a good
He's a
guy.
pirate. I'm just saying, like he'll
Bro,
do
he
whatever
told-
he
he
he'll
told
do
the
whatever he
kids-
wants to survive.
So
On
is
the
he
bridge
going to
of the
be
ship,
Captain
would
Jack
cut their
Sparrow?
family
Is that
apart.
where we're at the end of this? Is this Captain Jack Sparrow,
Sure, and then he
the
just
bad
leave whenever
pirate
he
that's
wants.
actually a good guy?
Sparrow
Bro,
did that too. He just
He
left
told children he would cut their family apart, and he just lit a lightsaber.
Limb by limb,
Just like Anakin.
limb from limb. Sorry,
He put
maybe.
a Rancor to sleep.
he put a Rancor to sleep, bro.
Straight up.
We'll see.
I don't know. But that's the thing is this is why this is the best show they've done in 2024. This is why this is the best show, because at the end of the episode, at the end of the season, we have no idea what's coming. No one has any idea where they're going. They have kept us completely oblivious this whole time. Every time you think you know what's going on, you're wrong. Am I wrong?
That's for sure true. I was
Every
just trying
time
to
you think,
Acolyte, I didn't really know.
oh, come on, you absolutely knew what was coming at the end. Cover up. You know, come on. If you didn't see
Well, I
that she was the master of that, she used to beat her apprentice, right? That she was shady as shit the whole time. That it was Vernestra all along. That was the evil one. That she was keeping all these secrets. Yeah, dude. I saw that coming 4 episodes prior. As soon as as soon as we saw the scars on his back, I was like, oh, she used to beat that poor boy.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
I called it that the dude was the Sith the whole time too, like, or not the Sith, whatever the hell he was.
The mask dude.
Yeah, immediately knew that was the guy. Like
Plagueis is dead. Plagueis is dead.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
that's why they have so much
I
money.
mean, Banky Clan would be cool, man. If there's a look, like I said, there is a haymaker coming out of somewhere that we don't see coming, right? There is something coming that everybody is oblivious to right now. And so it just feels like
Nihil. No.
every Vernestra was evil. Yeah, man. I think Vernestra was secretly evil for sure, bro.
What if Grogu just rolls up by himself and he just starts swimming in all the gold?
I mean, it's in that timeline. I mean,
Just
No,
died.
they're retired on what's it called?
And then
The
Neil gives
planet.
Grogu
It
a.
just-
Can you imagine if Neil gave Grogu a hug?
dude, could
That
you
would
imagine
break
if
the
Neil put
internet.
Grogu on his shoulders? That would break the fucking internet.
I'm
And
here for
Grogu
it.
started playing with his trunk.
Oh, come on now. Now you're getting out of hand.
I mean, they already
I give
played
you
with
I
this
give you an
time.
inch and you take a mile, right? I let it go. I give you this little leeway and you hang me with it every time.
That's what I'm here for.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, I told you he's full of
I know
hot
my
glass.
role. He's doing it again. I was making fun of Steve earlier.
Yeah, you were literally doing this earlier. All right, predictions? None. Nobody's got any predictions. All right. What's coming up, Scotty? What do you got? GTA, your shorts are firing, your 5-hour long streams are firing in. What's going on? I saw the church president
just,
got ousted. VP is now the president. There's voting going on. What's cracking?
Yeah, it's like a fraternity and things like that. So the president of the club has stepped down. His in-city character is marrying another in-city character who is part of the club. And I think they're just kind of like taking this whole other, but they might be actually running the weed farm for us too. So we'll see.
Are they married in real
Yeah.
life or are they just
We're
married?
I
talking
think
about
they
the
are.
GTA.
I think they are.
Because
close
like,
in real
is he
life.
cheating on his wife with an online
No,
chick? Because
no,
that
no,
shit
no.
could get real weird.
No, though I'm sure there is some of that. I'm actually sure there's a lot of that, but none of that over here. No, yeah, I'm streaming tomorrow, probably a longer stream. So come through.
All right, Mafia, you're gonna win tomorrow's reveal, right? For the Santa predictions, right? Because you went against the grain, so you're winning that.
I screwed up two. The freaking
Okay.
the pirate got killed, and then
Yeah.
somebody got shot but not killed. But the
Okay.
drone shooting him. Those are the only two I got wrong. And I watched Santa stream, dude. Everything he put out there was like saying they thought it was gonna be a flashback episode. I thought it was too, but I didn't bite.
Jude
I just
Law's a
said-
liar.
I just thought, like, what could happen if it's a flashback and if it's not a flashback? And I said, Jod's gonna ignite his lightsaber. Boom, got it.
I mean, they could have cut stuff from the episodes too, but or like reworked it for episode 8 type of thing. But yeah, right now he's a little bit of a liar. I mean, it was still revealed that he's a butthole, but we kind of figured that out throughout the whole show so far. We didn't really need this episode to figure out that he's a butthole.
I'm kind of with Obsession though. Like, I don't know, like, what's the plot now? Like, what's the problem? Like, he's got everything he needs. How did they even stop him?
Yeah, Carl
that was weird.
Tron.
Sorry, heard a lot of bang.
Stanley's already said it, but Tak Renaud was the original captain of Onyx too, by the way.
Yes.
Mhm.
How did he get a lightsaber? There was a lightsaber in his Tak
And
Renaud's
Tak Renaud's
treasure room.
treasury.
In his treasure room. The original captain was Tak Renard. Yep. Anybody else got any last minute questions?
There were actually some real like dope theories on what the story could have been in this episode too. Like, show a flashback of him.
Back to
Maybe
backs.
not. Yeah, don't put him in the Jedi Temple for Order 66. Put him like somewhere else, and then
Like on
his
Ilum?
master- anywhere, just something different. And then like his master dies, and then he gets picked up by Hondo. That would have been fucking awesome.
We
That's
don't know.
Yeah, we
Uh,
don't know.
We don't know if he was a Jedi. It
He
seems
found that lightsaber in the treasure
right.
hoard that they discovered,
I
and that
still
was
kinda
on
think he
the
has some
resort
kind of Padawan
planet.
training.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he does say a lot of the Qui-Gon stuff. I mean, he
I
could
think
have.
he was. My theory is still that he was a youngling when it all
Yeah.
happened, and he just survived still somehow, and that's just what he's been doing is surviving however he can, which is why he became a pirate. And how Ezra said in Clone or Rebels that he probably would have become a pirate at some point. So
Yeah, I mean, Ezra would have been a pirate if he hadn't hooked up with Kanan, right? Like,
yeah.
this is the same line that he would have taken. But I don't know if he knows Jedi techniques, but he knows how to use the Force.
Ezra didn't know how to tap into anything like that. Like
No, he didn't. So, like I said, he may have been a youngling. He may have been a foundling, but it doesn't seem like his training was deep.
He's
right?
old enough though to have been a Padawan. Maybe not like very advanced at all, but like
Right.
he, you know.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
what
know.
someone in my chat was asking if he was a Padawan, who was his master, and I was like, damn, that's a good question. Like, I don't think he was. If he was part of the Jedi Order, I think he was a youngling. You know, he probably didn't even have a master, but it is an interesting question.
I mean,
If he's a youngling though, he's still at the Jedi Temple. And
right?
he
As a
can't
youngling,
have
he
them.
would have trained with Yoda. He would have trained with
Yeah,
masters
all the
until he got a
masters.
Padawan. He would have been staying in the dorms with
You
the
can't
other
have
younglings.
another youngling survive Order 66 though. It's like Anakin's not that
Yes,
bad
you
at his
can.
job.
No, but I mean,
Not
he
all
could
of
have
them
been.
were at the temple, though.
That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see a Jedi who finds out about Order 66 through Obi-Wan's message he sends out.
Yeah, that would
Someone
be cool.
completely clueless. He's out there with his Padawan, who is a younger Jod. I think that'd be cool. Or however the ages
would
have
be.
to fit in there.
So you think like he's out there with his master, and then another
Yeah.
Kanan escaped.
Shakti wasn't Nawad.
Hmm.
That's not her last name.
Because another thing people are saying about his character and the reason why he hates kids so much is because he didn't have a childhood. His childhood was stolen from him and by people that probably discovered him as a force sensitive kid or whatever.
Oh, no way. There's no way he's Anakin and Grogu's age. If anything, he's Kanan's age. He's much younger. He's a Padawan, if anything. He's not Anakin's.
Isn't this during the Mando
Yeah,
first?
Kanan makes sense.
This is during the
Kanan's age.
Mandoverse. So he's
Yes,
old
this is
and
during-
Luke is young.
Yeah, Luke is young, but Vader's over 4. I mean, the Empire's gone. It's 10 years after the Empire.
50?
Luke is 29,
Yeah, Luke and Ezra are the exact same age.
right? So they're in their 20s.
This dude could be the same age as Anakin, no?
No way.
No, Anakin
little bit
would
younger.
be.
No, he'd be
Anakin would
Kanan-
be
if
like
anything, he's Kanan's
50,
age or younger,
60.
right?
Well,
Because
Anakin's
Kanan.
dead for like 10 years. Let's get that straight, too.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Anakin,
right?
yeah, no, Anakin's been dead, but he died when he was like 45. He
Right.
looked a lot older, but that's because
Interesting.
Do the math on Luke alone. Luke is 29 basically at the Mandoverse, right? He's 19 when he first goes with Obi-Wan, right? And then there's the war that he's involved in, which is what, like a couple years, right? From the Luke Skywalker time in the original movies, it's only a couple years. And and then you got 10 years after. So it's like 29, 30 years old is where Luke is at this time, right? Ahsoka is in her 40s, but
40s.
again, she was 14 to Anakin's 19.
she was like 5,
Right.
6 years younger than him. Yeah.
Kanan is younger than Ahsoka by several years, right?
Yeah,
Because
so
he
this
was.
guy's got to be younger than Ahsoka, too.
That's what I'm
Kanan's
saying.
not
So
the
he's
right age.
Kanan's age or younger, right? So
Like-
he's.
Oh,
uh,
damn. I said we get a cameo, too. Because I was thinking he'd be around some Jedi. I was thinking,
cam-
what up, Caleb?
No cameo today. Yeah, OT is 5 or 6 years. So Luke is 25. So Luke is 35 at this point.
Yeah, because it's been like 7 to 10 years easily.
Yes. I call it 10. I'm
no,
rounding up now. at
It's
this
probably
point.
close to 10 because Mando started probably like in universe
5 or
like
6, right.
4 years ago at
Right.
least.
So I'm calling it 10. Luke is 35-ish, 30 to 35, right? So he's got to be Kanan's age or younger, right? So if he was at the
Sauce
temple,
stain on
he
his
had
shirt.
very limited. If he was at the temple, he had very limited training. Maybe that's why he knows the Proverbs, because he was living in the dorm with the rest of the younglings. And maybe he was going off world to do, because younglings didn't have a master when they went to get their lightsabers, right? So that was a group thing, usually led by a Padawan, right? We saw that with Ahsoka. And so that's right. Zero BBY never forgets. I don't do it as good as the Matt Cave, but I got to have him track that so I can put it on a button. But if anything, maybe he was on a trip to Ilum, right? Or on a trip to go get his Kyber crystal with a class, and then they got interrupted. Things happen, and there's no clones around because it was just Hu Yang and an apprentice. So maybe the apprentice tried to lead them onto a path, so to speak, right? Tried to take them and get them safe. Jod leaves and becomes a pirate. You know, there's a lot of ways this could go. I would love for there to be a flashback, a Jod flashback, right? I think we're owed one.
I don't think we have enough time, though.
I don't think we have enough time.
Unless I don't think I have enough time to keep talking.
Did the season finale? My question is this, real quick. Last question. Do we think the season finale is? Would everybody be upset if there was a flashback, or does it need to happen?
I need it.
You need it.
I don't think it needs to happen, but there's got to be at least.
This person's force sensitive. I need it. If he's really about that life, talking about your focus determines your reality, blah blah blah. I need it.
Okay.
I don't think we're getting it.
Yeah, I need him to at least talk.
I think they're going to give us that in season 2 if we do a season 2. I think if anything, they're gonna hold it and make us wait for the.
I think it doesn't
off the show for me.
I think it doesn't matter right now because he's just a butthole. Is really what it is. Like
True, but I would like to know what made him a butthole. Right, like
sure, but
if
like
there
you
was a
said,
back to
that's
moment
more
that
of
made him
season 2
a
thing.
butthole, then I can get behind it. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Next week is the finale. Does anybody know if the finale is longer or is it the same time frame?
I would guess in the 40-ish to 50.
I'm hoping it's in the 40-ish to an hour.
Yeah.
Is there any way to
But
redeem this
most
guy
of them
at
have
this
been.
point?
What's up?
Is there any way to redeem this guy?
Yeah,
No.
absolutely. Yeah,
Through
absolutely.
what though? Like what vehicle?
What does he
There's
need to
nothing-
do?
Become the supervisor.
Mm.
Become the
I
protector.
don't know.
Right?
Yeah. Maybe.
He's out of here. That's the only way. Go back and sabotage the ship and blow it up. Send it with a self-destruct and destroy the pirate ship so nobody knows where it is, and he just goes and lives with the family. It's a pretty lame ass ending, but that's the only way he's redeemed. He kills all the pirates that know how to get there with an auto self-destruct, and then everybody on that end is safe, and that he gets to be part of the fam.
I don't think so, but that's why I'm in the shift that like doesn't matter what his backstory was at this point. He's kind of the bad guy.
But that's the only way I can see it being redeemed. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is the only way I can see him be redeemed is if he gets rid of the rest of the pirates in a selfless act, right?
Or he does that in a not selfless act. That's what the death they're talking about is.
Right.
He just goes.
Well, and that's what I would-
they kind of foreshadow it by talking about Renaud killing all his crew.
Right.
That knows about it.
That's what I'm saying. I could see him sending a self-destruct so that he's not going to put himself in harm's way, right? He's not going to take one for the team. That's not how this dude's built, right? So, yeah, it seems like only way to redeem him is self-destruct. Or did the kids fool everybody? Did they put the self-destruct, send the ship with Jod in it, and then did the kids outsmart all the pirates and kill them all? And Jod's just fodder. Right? Is this how the kids can redeem themselves? No. Oh. Do the kids know, because the kids know about the defense system, do they activate like the turret guns?
Hell yeah.
Right? And like, oh, you guys didn't know the planet has a self-defense system here. And then they like
That shit's just like the Iron Dome.
Right, yeah.
Just taking
It
drones
just goes
out.
nuts.
That'd be sick.
Or it like turns all of the satellites out and just like
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? Actually, hold up. So this guy's a pirate. He's greedy as fuck. So what he's gonna want to do is he's gonna disable the barrier so he can get that big ass ship to come in and grab as much as he needs. He's gonna want to do something so he can take over the droids. So maybe, yeah.
Well, his original plan was to take whatever was on the little ship and put it on his big ship to make it able to fly through there.
Right,
He was
right,
kind
right.
of ordering SM-33 to do that until everything
kids
else went down.
Right. And so that's what I'm saying.
Might
It
be
seems-
might be capable.
I like your idea of him ordering the lowering of the defense system and then Neil being the only one that really knows that there's a defense system. None, the other kids don't really know. Neil's the only one that got privy to the big gun while they were all fucking around getting trained, right? So Neil's going to save the day because they're going to lower the barrier. The pirate ship, giant ship is going to come in thinking they're safe. And then Neil's going to be the one that's like, don't you guys know about the defense cannons? And then he's going to go to the cannon, unlock it, and then they're going to destroy all of them at once. And Neil's going to be the hero.
And if there was just one remaining on that planet, there's probably way more on this planet.
That's what I'm saying.
Fully
That was
operational star system.
That was the one in the school,
You know what I meant.
right?
Yeah.
That was just the one we saw. If there's got to be them all over the planet, right? So
that's the only way there's still a plot left. You have to have the
I'm
pirates trying to get
so
on the
confused with this timeline still.
why?
Just the Mando timeline, like, because all of it technically starts like if you look on freaking what's it called, Wikipedia, which they kind of suck anyway, but
I think Scotty had to bail. Go ahead.
Anyway, on there though, it says all of this stuff, like all of the stuff in the Mandoverse is listed as 9 ABY. I'm like, not all of this happened in 9 ABY. Like, there's no way all of this happened in this 1 year. Because even Dave Filoni said at one point when we were trying to figure out the Mando timeline, like it's been like a couple years kind of thing. So it's like, where are we? Like, are we in 10, 11?
Listen, the more years they add to it, the less time they have to play with before everything gets shitty and we go to the sequels.
Well, but that's just it. But that's just it. At this point, it's 10 years, right? Like at this point in the timeline, Vane is there. The Mando pirate battle happened on Navarro already. He's one of the few survivors of that.
It's
So
9 ABY, but that's only about 5 years after Return of the Jedi. Right?
That's what I'm saying though. That's when
Yeah.
that's what that's what
Battle Yavin
Wikipedia
is in the
says.
No, but I'm saying we
bad.
started it at like 5.6 BBY, right? Or ABY, right? The Mando series started at like 5.6 ABY.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Battle of Yavin isn't the end. It's 5 years after
5.6 ABY is
Battle of
when
Yavin.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
So 5 years after the Death Star is where we are
Which
when
is
Mando
like-
The
starts.
second Death Star.
The second Death Star, correct. Which is 5 years after.
Which is like 9-10 ABY.
It's about,
Which and all of this on Wikipedia is listed under 9 ABY. I'm like, that doesn't make sense because
I think
Dave
that's why you
Filoni
got
and
10
John
years in your head.
Favreau
You're
said
thinking,
no, but John Favreau and Dave
ABY.
Filoni literally said that between seasons like 1 through 3 of
They
Mando,
fast forwarded 2
multiple
years.
years have happened.
2 years
It's
went
like,
by.
so
Grogu
what
was
year
gone.
are we in?
Grogu was gone for like a year and a half, 2 years. Grogu was with Luke for a long time.
Then
I
you
love
got
frustrated
Wikipedia
Steve.
saying
So,
all
I
of
mean-
this stuff happens all in this year. How?
So after the Battle of Yavin, right? Because that's the end of the war, right?
No, Battle of that's Battle of Yavin. Isn't that the
The Battle of
That's the
Endor.
first
I'm
Death
sorry.
Star.
Battle of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Endor,
Endor
is
is the end of the war. Yeah.
right. The Battle of Endor is about 25 years after the Republic ends, right?
about? I guess, yeah.
Right. Luke's 19. Fast forward 4 or 5 years, basically 24, 25 ABY. We are at 35 ABY now. It's 10 years after the destruction of the Death Star.
The Death
think
Star
it's
was
that far.
destroyed in like
25.
4 or 5.
I'm sorry. 5. The Battle of Yavin, Luke's 19. Right?
Yeah.
The Battle of Yavin, Luke is 19.
Yes, and he's
Okay,
like 24,
it's-
25 at the time of Endor.
Right? Luke is
100%.
19. So it takes, that is 4 or 5 BBY. Right?
It's ABY. Yes.
BBY.
Where-
Luke at
what are you-
19.
No,
Luke at
that's
19.
0. That's 0.
Luke, when we find him on Tatooine, is 19.
0. That's 0 BBY. But yes, he's 19.
Oh shit! It's about to go down.
When we find Luke, when Obi-Wan comes to collect Luke Skywalker,
He's 19.
he's 19.
Yes.
The Battle of Yavin is 5 years later.
No, it's
No.
not.
It's
The
that year.
Battle of Yavin is that year.
The battle of Yavin.
Because that's the same movie.
Okay.
Battle of
Battle of
Yavin is when
Endor.
he blows up the Death Star.
Okay. So that's 0 at 19.
Yes.
At 25, when he destroys the other Death Star, he's
That's
25.
yes, he's 25.
And that's
or-
5 ABY.
Like 4.
Yeah, it's about 5.
So now
5 or
we're
6 or
so then
whatever
10
it is.
years fast forward that into Mando, so it's 15 ABY.
No, Mando was 5
4.
years after.
Endor was
after
at
that.
4.
Well, I'm saying where we are now.
That makes sense.
Right now at this time.
Endor
So-
was 4, which 6 years after Endor, which is 4,
Right.
is when, or 5 years after, sorry, which is 9 ABY, is when the Mandalorian begins.
It's the
But
nerdiest
again-
Sure.
conversation ever.
Sure.
It's
yeah.
we're getting way too deep with it.
Sure,
I'm
sure, sure.
That's why I'm
You're
trying
trying-
to figure out
I'm
the
trying-
timeline.
It's
'Cause-
about 15 ABY,
No.
right? Because it's
How?
it's 5 to the Battle of Endor, right? Because it's
well, the
4 to
Mando
5 years
series
from
starts
Yavin to Endor,
5 years
right?
after Endor, though.
So Return
Endor-
of the Jedi is
Endor
4 to
happens
5
about
years
4.
after Yavin.
Endor happens in like 4 ABY.
Okay, so then
so
4
5 years later is
4
when Mando
or
starts.
5 years after Yavin, right? is
After
Endor.
Yeah,
And then
yes,
we
yes.
are 10 years after that now.
no.
So Mando is started 5 years after the Death Star.
Yes.
Then we go 2 or 3 years with Grogu being gone.
That's
So
what
we're
they say. That's
right
what I'm trying
about.
to
So
figure
we're
out.
right about 7 to 10 years after Endor.
That's yes.
So it's 14 or 15 after Yavin.
that's weird.
Do I have to break a
Well,
whiteboard
then-
out right
no,
now?
No,
Yeah,
then
you
we're
might
only
have to.
we're only like 20 years from the sequels. Then,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah, that's nuts.
Ray's
Now you know why they're not.
Ray's about to be born in like 5 years, my guy.
But that's why I was confused because stupid Wikipedia has all of this in 9.
No. No. In fact, this is probably maybe a year after Mando, right? Like this is probably not immediately after Grogu
That's
and
after
Mando.
Ahsoka. Yeah.
Right.
Just
It's after
Stanley.
us.
You're assuming the Star Wars Galaxy calendar is the same as our Chuno.
Yeah.
Well, they have multiple calendars, so
Yes, Mando begins about 9 ABY,
yes.
and then we are now potentially 5
multiple years after that.
5 to 6 years after that. So it's about 10, it's about 15. Right? So Ray is going to be born in the next 5 to 7 years ish. Right?
Now they're arguing about the calendar, the Star Wars
I
calendar.
know. I've been watching this channel. Yes, that is true. Yes. Grogu spent 2 years about with Luke. Yes, that is correct. That's what I'm saying. There's
No,
2 years we're
what?
missing. Yeah.
We didn't. No, we didn't.
He put a Rancor to
He
sleep.
put a Rancor to sleep, bro,
He could do that
with
in
the
2 weeks.
Force. Right?
2 weeks? 2 years.
2 weeks, only 2 weeks?
We did
2
not
weeks?
spend 2 years with them.
I think this is how we got on the Rancor episode anyway. Like, she's arguing this point.
Yeah, because he's like, oh,
But
he
he was
had
arguing
so
the
much
opposite.
training during that time that he could use the Force to manipulate like Ezra, had beast control, right? He also learned how to jump away and how to use the Force against the Praetorian guards, right?
Listen to how cyclical this is right now, because it's 2 years after this argument, and Sheev was arguing the opposite 2 years. Like, he was
Right.
arguing that he did have 2 years.
I know.
experience 2 years
I
ago.
know. That's
how
what
he landed on that.
that's how we
goal.
landed on the 2-year mark in this exact
We were-
conversation.
We were all saying 2 weeks.
2
I feel
years
like
ago.
you guys are switching it right now because I feel like I
know.
was always on the opposite end, and that's why I'm like, what the fuck right now?
No, I
Put
think
the
it's several.
Rancor to sleep.
It's
That's
look.
why
I'll
you
be
said that.
generous.
The
I'll be
Rancor
generous.
was
It's
2
at
weeks.
least a year. It's
Wait,
at
I gotta
least
go
a
back to
year,
that episode now.
right?
But it was on yours, right?
Yeah.
No, it was Book of Boba Fett. So we were.
Yeah.
It was during that. So it's one of those episodes. The finale after the finale.
Yeah. I mean, it
He's
definitely.
looking it up right now.
Yeah, he's looking it up right now. I'm pretty sure they said it was a couple of years. Like it was years that went by. And not in the filming terms. And see, this is where we all got confused on because Favreau mentioned it. And then but it was literally 2 years after the first.
We got beat red, frustrated Steve right now. There's no better.
I'm pretty sure they said 2 years though,
This is
or
the epitome of streaming or podcasting.
because think about it, Ahsoka was there, the temple was already being built, right? Like there's so much going on. He gives him Yoda's lightsaber. I mean, that wouldn't have happened in 2 weeks.
You know what I thought about the other day that really pissed me off, and I stopped thinking about it. Like, so I caught that episode of Mando with Ahsoka in it, and she's like, maybe, possibly, if you bring him here, a Jedi will hear your call and reach out. And then, like, the next season, we see her just visiting Luke. It's like you couldn't just like dial them up.
Well,
like,
at the same time,
clearly you're looking for some trainees. Like, what are we doing?
Well, I mean, his school wasn't open yet. It was still under construction, right?
He was there for 2 years. Remember, we just talked about this.
No, I know Grogu was, but at the time, Ahsoka was like he hadn't built that temple yet, right?
She just didn't realize he existed. He's
I don't think she had met him yet. I don't think she met him yet. I don't think that they had their initial meeting at that point. Otherwise, she would have said, "Go to this planet and see Luke Skywalker." I think they met after he took Grogu in, and then she went and found them.
She wasn't there.
I mean, news travels fast, man. She's talking to Bo-Katan. She's talking to Din Djarin. Everybody, there's a network going on. You know, everybody's, you know.
That just pisses me off. It's
I mean, like Ahsoka couldn't
about
find Luke in 2 years. Come on, it's Ahsoka Tano, right?
She
And she's
could've-
got Hugh Yang with her. Come on.
Hey man, she could have found him when Mando was looking for some help. Okay, and she
Yeah,
just,
that's what I'm
no,
saying.
we're probably like 14, maybe
That's what I-
15.
that's
no,
what I
you're
said.
right. You're right.
know,
I'm
I know. I love
tripping.
hearing it.
I'm
Say it
tripping.
again.
No, I'm tripping because like they do a terrible. That's out. They're doing a terrible job with this, keeping us in order with this timeline. God damn
I mean,
it.
I agree with this. Bo-Katan probably told Ahsoka about Luke.
but why she have to? She heard about like the dude that blew up the Death Star. His last name's Skywalker.
The fact
Oh,
that they like
that's
barely
funny.
showed any training with Luke, and like we're supposed to assume that he's.
I mean, it wasn't a whole show. I mean, it was a 10-minute arc in an episode that wasn't even on that
but
show.
also
I
like
mean,
they're supposed.
it's
they're
not
like,
even his
oh,
show. It's not even Mando's show. It's not even Ahsoka's show. It's not even Luke's show.
That's
it's
it,
Boba
though.
Fett's fucking show, and
That's
we're
it,
seeing all
though.
these characters come out of the woodwork. You
It-
know,
that's it, though,
That
is-
arc pissed me off so much too that they continued like the attachment thing, because attachments are what saved the galaxy. But like, yeah, Luke just forgot all about
well,
that.
attachments are what destroyed the
did.
galaxy too.
Right, but if he didn't go back to save his friends, he's not saving the galaxy. Like,
Right.
you know?
I'm confused.
He's about to have an aneurysm.
Dave Filoni and John Favreau. I love
But
you,
they
keep
did
your shit
mention it in an
together.
interview. Like Favreau mentioned.
Yeah, but then
mentioned.
someone literally just said in the chat it wasn't 2 years. Favreau just said that because of all the fan confusion and arguments, and
He
was
said
confused at
about.
the time too.
He didn't say it's been exactly 2 years. He's like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
maybe he's been
he-
with him for like a
It
year
was
or
about
two.
the same time. I think his thing is about the same time that it's been since the Mandalorian season 2, which was like at the time like a year and a half to 2 years before that. But it's like,
There you
What?
go. There's the the
thank
answer.
you. I will.
Brendan
Well,
Alvarado too.
Wikipedia I already have issues with, so
I mean, if that's your source anyway, that's a bad source.
Yeah, that's-
I'm just saying.
I just looked it up and it popped up. So
Well, like I said, we're
Wow.
about, and that's why I say about. I'm going to be generous and say 13 to 14 to 15 years, right? We're in that bubble, right?
11 years.
11. We're somewhere in there. So
yeah, because I agree 7 to 10 years after Return of the Jedi. For
yeah,
sure.
after Endor.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think it's been like 3 months.
I think Grogu learned to put a Rancor to sleep in 2 weeks, bro. He's that good. It was like 2 weeks.
I mean, he had
2
training at the
weeks.
Jedi Temple, but sure.
Did you find
he
the
just-
episode where you went off?
No,
Huh?
Did you find the episode where you went off?
he wasn't
I-
looking
I
for that. He
shared
was
it,
on. He was on
but I don't think I
Wikipedia.
had to lead up.
Nah,
He was on
I wasn't
Wikipedia.
even on Wikipedia. You're
I can
funny.
find it in Twitter because I definitely.
I was
shared it.
looking up how long it's been since Grogu was with Luke, or like how long they were together. And I don't
2
trust
weeks.
Microsoft, but 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, I just The Fallen Sanctum. Yeah,
I have a
this just.
video. I need to look at my channel.
I think it was. Yeah, I don't know where it was.
It's been so long.
I can't say I remember Noad Atten.
No.
All right, what else is going on? Did I freeze again?
No, you didn't.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I did.
left. You left us.
No, I didn't leave. I'm here.
he's a black screen.
I'm just a black screen again.
Why does it matter what color screen he is?
Oh, well, that's a good call. All right, we're gonna call it there. Everybody have a good time. Don't forget, spay and neuter your pets. Help control the pet population. Thank you for all my guests. Everybody have a good night. We're gonna get out of here.
Spay and neuter your cats.